Now's your time to talk about it, Finn.
Just Saturday got ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty insane. Wow, we sound so fucking weird, dude.
It does sound weird with this thing.
I mean, it's like a good weird, but it's just like I'm not expecting it, you know?
Well, we'll get used to it, see what it thinks, see what we think.
See how we're feeling?
I'm also sober, so...
Yeah, it's true. Let's fix that, like, immediately. Although I fucking feel like shit, so I don't know if you... got me sick because you are feeling like shit.
Who cares? You're not working tomorrow.
Or that's true. Or yeah, but the only bad thing is I'm about to have a baby and I just got a flu shot to avoid getting it sick. Although it's not gonna do its thing for like 2 weeks anyways. And if you do get me sick, I can't be around my fucking baby.
That's what I was gonna say. Let's say a thing pops tomorrow. You won't have to be in the emergency room. You can just hang home and stream.
I have to wear a mask like a
out.
Fucking weird Asian and shit in New York City.
You ever have to deal with the kid for like a week. You'll be all right. We can hang out, watch some Game of Thrones or something.
Every time I come here the past like few days, or my girlfriend's like, babe, take your time, stay late, enjoy yourself, because it might be the last time you're seeing him for a while. Like, and I'm like, yeah, totally, babe.
Yeah, I was very shocked when you guys invited me over tonight. I was like, why would you want to deal with me on fucking this time of the... You know,
because you're an asshole, but you're like, when you're over, you're not like disrespectful towards her in any type of like verbal or, you know what I mean? Like, besides like the baby jokes or the abortion jokes, that was the only time she was ever mad at you.
Well, it's to be expected, you know?
Yeah.
It's for the podcast.
Well, not anymore.
It's comedy.
No, you know, you listen to anybody else. Here's the deal. Well, you know, we'll get it out now. Get it out now before a kid's born. All jokes aside, like I know we're all just doing it as a joke or whatever, but eventually or pretty quickly actually, it's just not going to fly. You can't make fun of people's kids. I can make fun of my kid.
I told you.
You can laugh when I make fun of my kid, but you can't make fun of my kid.
I told you once the baby dropped, I'd stop making abortion jokes.
Well, you stop making them now.
Well, it's any minute.
About to drop. It's close.
It's not here yet, though. Let me have some fun.
She's close. So what do you think? You like the fresh new sound?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to hear it.
It's freaking you out
when it comes out Thursday.
We sound more like that fucking guy that Jeff does the radio shows for the MOF fucking league. You know, you ever notice how legit that motherfucker sounds?
Yeah, he
sounds
does.
like he's in like 60 radio stations at once or something, right? That's kind of, we got that little ring going right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, I can keep fuck with this more and more. Eventually, we'll just be like, prof as fuck. Prof AF.
I don't know what that means, man. Is that a video game?
I'm saying like abbreviated words like really wrong. Because you would say professional.
Right.
But I say prof, like my old manager at my old job, you know, like Windows Pro, Windows 7 Pro, whatever. So I would always on purpose, like one time I think as a joke, I was just like, oh, you know, Windows prof, like joking around. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot. So like every time I would talk about like a pro version of Windows, I always be like, yeah, Windows 10 prof. He'd be like, you fucking asshole. Yeah, well. It would like start to piss him off. It was like hilarious.
Fuck him.
Oh yeah, no, definitely fuck him. I fucking hate that place. Let's play the dumb song and start talking about shit.
Mike, check. The morning after pill. Fudge and Finn. Shots for likes in that ass. The morning after pill. Shots for likes. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots for likes. Shots like. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Likes. Like. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots likes.
Morning after pill. Heard a couple clicky poos in there. You heard that?
Yeah, I'm just used to it now.
Might have to higher the sample rate.
Don't ever do that again, bro. We're about good quality jokes on this podcast. They could be offensive. They could be dirty. Racist at times.
Dude, remember when we had a black guy come on and say the N-word?
Yeah, first time ever.
Hard R, too.
Yeah. You can tell he was like ashamed. Like
although his episode is until like 3-4 days from when you're listening to this. But yeah, you hear me breathe too much? That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, right now? Or are you talking about it? That's what it sounds like when you eat sausage, dude.
You know, I guess I'm like getting sick or whatever the fuck's happening. This flu shot's fucking with me, whatever it is. When I was on the phone with you, when I called you on the way here, I was like short of breath or whatever, because you know when you're sick, you're kind of short of breath. I was like, yeah, what up, man? You know, I'm sitting. Yeah,
I'm moving the steering wheel a little.
I don't know what the fuck it was, man. It was like killing me.
Yeah, you don't even drive stick anymore.
That's so fantastic. And it really sucked. My belly's so empty right now. But it'll be easy to get fucked up off a drink or two, I guess. So that's, look at the positives. I'm definitely getting sick, though.
I got some pizza.
I have leftover pizza at home. One side's, I got chicken bacon ranch. The other one's fucking tortellini. And I got some sauce left. I got some extra sauce ordered. So I'm going to fucking fuck that all up when I get home.
I was very disappointed with the pizza last night.
Oh, you got from Mamma Mia's, right?
Yeah, which is the best pizza place around, I think. For me, anyway.
Yeah, we went to go order pizza the other night, and she was like, "Mamma Mia's too thin." I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, and so I'd be like,
that's what we want.
It's always something. Everything's always something. And she's looking at me like she's gonna kill me. I'm like, all right, pizza station it is. What do you want, babe?
Oh, pizza station's fucking awful.
It's okay. I've found we get personal pies because a whole pizza we just never finish, and it just goes to waste. So we get personal pies. And we usually end up finishing that for the most part. And I think just because they're a little bit smaller, I don't know, it just seems to suck less than the normal pie somehow.
I think you ordering a personal pie must be funny every single time you walk in.
Well, I definitely just call him on the phone.
Got a personal pie, eh?
Yeah, I call him on the phone.
Can't control yourself there, Dubby. Have to get a personal.
Well, me and the Broad could split a personal pie. Sometimes there's a slice or two left over or whatever. We're good.
I'm just saying. It's fun.
Oh, no, yeah, it's easy to insult me, Finn. You should probably come up with some new things. For being fat.
What works, works.
That's true.
But yeah, it was so for me, if I get onions or peppers on my pizza, I want diced onions and peppers. So they have the julienne peppers. So they were like fucking julienne. So they were like the longer ones. There's too much onion.
When it comes to onions and peppers, I'm the type of guy that shit's got to be diced. They're like, not even diced, but like pretty small, like a quarter to a half an inch. Yeah. Something that's like chews easily and like the texture of like cooked and soft vegetables don't like fuck your shit up. You know what I mean?
Because julienne, they were like this.
Yeah.
You don't want that on there.
Because
too much.
Because I love onions and peppers. Like now, like when I was younger, I used to never like it at all. But onions, when you cook them or when you like saute them or whatever, they get like slimy and the texture is weird. Like when I eat onion rings, I gotta like make sure I bite down real hard, and like if I pull out that whole onion, dude, it freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah,
or I gotta like put it back on there and eat the whole thing at once. Like I can't just
move on to a new onion ring. That's how fucked you are.
I can't waste all that batter. I can't.
All right, dude.
I can't. The whole fucking onion. It's just in the lines in it. It looks weird. You know what I mean? Onions got to be, if they're going to be like cooked or sauteed or not like raw, because I like raw way better no matter what it is for whatever.
Raw onions, dope.
It is. Yeah, I'd prefer it just be not super like minced, but diced, small little pieces.
Do nachos with raw onions all over them?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
So good.
Almost anything with raw onions on it, whether it be burgers, hot dogs, I'd throw it on fucking pizza, although you'll never do it because you're never just going to have a raw onion laying around that you're going to throw on a pizza that you order.
Yeah, you know what? I'll fuck with an onion pie every once in a while. Like I'll make a personal one from Crow's, and I'll just do onion. Well, see,
but you're making it yourself, and you're making sure that it's not like julienne fucking. Right. Well, I don't know. Do you julienne? It's not. It's different.
You julienne onions. Yeah.
What's julienne? It's just like it's like a whole side of the pepper or the onion.
No, so like a julienne, when let's say you cut an onion, cut it in half. Then you cut it in strips, and then to dice it, you go along the strips to make into little dices, right? Mm-hmm. Julienne's just the cutting it without the dicing part. So you're just cutting the slices into the onion.
Gotcha.
If you look at the French term, I'm sure it means way more than what I just said, but, fuck off.
Oh, fuck the French, bro.
Yeah, they're all hairy.
Fuck the French. Who get freedom fries, you fucking cunts? Yeah. Am I right?
Seriously.
Although I'm never going to call them that, like realistically, in my entire life. And I really actually don't really have a problem with France, but fuck them.
French fry. Let's look at America. I spit on America.
Plus that rapey skunk, dude. That fucking jerk off French, right? Fucking Cosby Le Pew, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Harvey Le Pew.
Harvey Le Pew. That's a good one. What else
dude, we named the morning after pill episodes like we do the regular ones. I would definitely name this one Harvey Le Pew.
We could just do it.
We could.
Morning after pill episode, blah, blah, but just don't put the number and just put in Harvey Le Pew.
Harvey Le Pew. It's got to be so confusing for our listeners. The fact that the morning after pill is like, it's got its own number. And now we have the Nerdcast and the Baldcast, but it's still numbered as the regular episode. Like, it's got to be so heinously confusing to them.
Yeah, well, it comes in order.
My aunt and uncle, man, they texted me, we're getting lunch tomorrow, right? Me, the bra, and my aunt and uncle, given that the baby don't pop out. And he just texted me. He's like, oh, we still good for tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, 1 p.m. And then now he's calling me. You text me, okay? You know how to text, clearly, because you just did it. If you don't, can't just text back. 2? Sure, 2 it is.
How are you going to bitch at your uncle who's probably buying you lunch tomorrow?
No, I'm going to buy them lunch because I think they probably got us something for Christmas, even though we told them that we're not doing gifts because of the saving for the baby. So I'm just going to offer to buy the lunch. And then I'll probably take my girlfriend's debit card and pay for it. Classic
I'm
man.
A joke to myself.
Well, I mean, if you're making fun of me, that's
fun. I'm I don't.
You know what? If you're keeping it to yourself, keep it to yourself.
I don't stoop to that level.
If you're making fun of me, make fun of me all you want. I don't give a shit.
I do. That's all I do.
No, I know, but I'm saying if you're holding back your joke.
Yeah, for it to fully develop, it would be a whole big thing, and I don't know.
You decided against it?
Yeah, I don't. I'm a gentleman, so I like to keep it that way. You know what I mean? Dude, quit texting while I'm about to take a drink. You'll need dead air because you're texting.
No,
I'm
an
alcoholic.
I'm just making sure the broad's texting something, but none of the words say I'm having a baby, so I'm going to have to answer in a little bit. What the fuck?
I really do. Oh, it is New Year's Eve, by the way.
That's true.
We're
really
recording this. Come over tonight,
Eve.
but I can't. It's a bad idea.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to stay up super late anyway, and like you could
Maybe I'll
just
stay up till at least midnight.
Oh, well, what I'm saying
what
is
I like to do is at midnight, I like to rub one out. First one of the year, be the first one to do it. You know,
you go in my bathroom.
Yeah, well, here, you're here. You'll be like giggling outside or something.
No, I'll let you beat off, man. No big deal.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no big deal.
Get beat off
think
when
about it this
your
way.
girlfriend's home.
Either way, you're probably gonna drink more here. Well, maybe not actually. If you came over, shit would probably get real weird.
Probably. We'd be doing shots like crazy, dude.
I wouldn't be
we're hanging up and not doing a podcast. Pour them up. Keep them pouring. Don't stop the pouring.
True. Dude,
Fudge,
you know
make
what?
me ribs,
You know what? Here's
cunt.
the deal. I'm going to pull a you, motherfucker. This is time for me to be the dickhole.
Go for
I'm
it.
about to have a kid. I'm probably going to have to like pray to fuck my daughter sleeping and like sneak over here to do the morning after pills the first few weeks and shit. You might not like.
Hey, Mike will fill in, man.
Yeah, no, but then you guys don't know how to figure it out. It's not that I don't mind or that I mind Mike filling
as
in.
an excuse because Mike might be funnier than you. You ever think about that?
He's definitely cooler. Dude, this might be the last time we get to fucking hang out for a while. My girlfriend's actually got in her head. She's thinking about me. She's a very kind person.
I gotta make some mac and cheese and stuff, and then I'll be with you in spirit. You'll be streaming.
Yeah. See, but if you did come over, you could just, grab one of these mics, pop it on a little stand. Excuse me, keep it in your belly, on your belly, just, hey, I'm Finn and I'm drunk. I think it would be pretty easy for me to just pop, because I have another mic cable at home, just pop another mic right into the fucking thing, and it wouldn't even be like any extra work for me to pop you on.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I'm definitely going to start streaming with you all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I plan to just, it's weird because like people who stream video games, I mean, the reason I'm doing it is just to like, it's just another social media site or whatever, and I'm playing video games anyway on my computer most of the time. So why fucking not stream it? You know what I mean? Why the fuck
Are we
not?
going to stream when we get the cameras? Are we going to stream on Twitch with our podcast?
We definitely could.
And then still have it come out on YouTube?
There's ways to stream to multiple places at the same time. I would think just keep it easy, maybe do Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But if we had to choose, I say choose YouTube, because Twitch, even if you pay for Twitch, you can only save videos for like a month or something. But YouTube, we could save the videos for forever, which is what we want to fucking. We're a podcast first and foremost. We want to be on iTunes and all the other shit, and then we want to fucking have our video for people to watch if they want to.
Right.
So, I mean, it would depend. Like, I guess we could stream it live, but then there might be some editing I want to do.
Yeah, plus Twitch might
clean it up.
People are going to be talking to us and stuff.
Well, we don't have to pay attention to it. We could just have it set up, I'm pretty sure, to where I go to broadcast and start the stream. It's going to Twitch. It's going to YouTube. And then we'll just make it clear to fans, like every now and then, be like, hey, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you. And, some people who might just follow the Shots for Likes podcast Twitch to just watch me game or whatever, they might start being like, oh, he's got a podcast? That's actually the name. I should have noticed it. Maybe they'll start listening to the podcast, whatever.
Right.
But they'll realize that we're obviously not paying attention to any chat because there's a chat in YouTube too. You know what I mean? But we wouldn't.
Yeah, but it's not like live like Twitch.
Yeah, or we could just not go live and then just fucking post the video on YouTube.
Yeah, or maybe we do it everywhere. Maybe every month or something we go live with one on Twitch or something like that.
Well, here's the thing. It's like either like...
Maybe I'll start doing my own thing. Like when you're not around, I'll just get fucking wasted on Twitch.
Just hop on.
This is Shots for Likes podcast. We're not talking about dick. I'm just doing shots. And I'll sit here in silence and just do shots every 5 minutes.
And
I'll be on Facebook scrolling, laughing at a video every once in a while. Yeah,
I'll tell you what there, bud. That's funny.
I'll have like one listener. It'll be my uncle like, yeah, I'll get drunk. Let's get drunk.
At one point, if you are going to stream stuff, you can definitely stream Twitch on your PS4, by the way.
Yeah, but how do I gotta set up a mic to the PS4?
I'm guessing you could use your headset. I will eventually figure it out because I will get a PS4 eventually, and I will, get The Last of Us and the newer God of War and all that shit. Like, there's definitely some games I want to get PS4 to play on. And eventually I'll fucking probably find a PS4 laying around for like $150 or something real cheap to where it's like, all right, I'm scooping this. Right. And then I guess, if you don't wait until I figure it out so I can just set it up for you easily. But I would have to imagine that you got to be able to set it up on... Now, you might need a computer because you use OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software, I think it's called, or Open Source Broadcast Software, something like that. It's completely free, which is awesome. And you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And it's like once you get used to it, it's actually pretty simple and it fucking makes you look legit as fuck.
Right.
So that's how you stream through whatever. And you just post a link of wherever you're streaming from into the open broadcast. And after that, it's just like you control everything from that pretty much or whatever. But I would think that if like you want to have like chat set up on your stream and like a video of you and this and that and all that shit, you would still need to use OBS, but you would still take the link and it would still be like streaming through your PS4 because you're logged in on your PS4. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not like, yeah, but still I gotta, I have to figure it out. I have no idea. I just figured it all out on the computer. So
and we'll figure it out. Really, by us, I mean you'll do it, and then we'll figure it out.
You'll do it all for me, and then I'll just fucking hit a button and get drunk and play.
Well, that's the thing. I need to. I can't leave you out in your little island by yourself, just being Fudge. Represent a brand. You're funny or whatever, but like. To an extent, we need
need me.
we need the brand out there.
No, I hear you, and I want you to like pop on to like all my streams whenever you can. And I mean, I'm pretty sure with Discord, I can invite you somehow to where if you have a mic in front of you or whatever it is, you can easily just pop on. But I mean,
I can't plug one of these things into my iPhone. Just really jam it in there.
Just shove it on.
Get a hammer,
Well, you can just use the iPhone mic, I'm sure. And if your Wi-Fi is working decently in your house, you could probably just walk around with your phone and just say what you want. I mean, do you really want to be limited to just sitting in a chair with like nothing going on and you're just like on a mic? I mean, I guess we would set it up to have the computer in front of you.
Yeah, and honestly, like if I'm going to watch you stream, I'd rather just be sitting here with the screen, drinking.
Yeah, and a mic set up so you can just talk like normal.
Like I'm not going to, when the broad's downstairs doing her nails or something, I'm not going to sit there and, yeah, babe, we do 2 podcasts a week, but now... Instead of talking to you, I'm going to be doing this, but I'm going to do it right next to you.
So it's really going to upset you as much as possible. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you should still do that, but I guess not, Remember when your girlfriend was like, you should let him watch the Jets? Then it all came down to just you getting way too drunk on Sundays.
I was pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, man. It's not like she normally texts me or messages me about it, but I didn't get anything specific like, see, this is what happens. You figured I would have or something.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah, oh, yeah. No, you know what? It was right after our podcast, I ate all that. I stopped drinking until that pizza got here, and I ate a lot of it. I was like, all right, give me a water. I'm playing some Fallout. And then me and Pat went pretty hard for a while.
I keep fucking confused. I keep thinking Pat Burnett for whatever reason, but I realize he doesn't want to fucking, or he sold his game so he doesn't play. It's a shame. He probably would have had so much more fun if he was playing with like you and the other Pat
That's
down
that's probably true.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm having fun playing Fallout 4, but it's like I still haven't gotten in that mood of like just losing myself in Fallout now because I'm doing it during the stream. So, but I think tonight I'm really excited about tonight because tonight's gonna be good. I figured out the way how to get the stream on my I could see it, so I can play and just look over a little bit at the stream and not have to like basically put everything down and like look over at my second screen. And because I figured that out, I figured out how to just not like you got to put it in windowed mode because if you leave it in full screen, then the other screen turns black. But if you put it in windowed mode, you can still see what's going on the other screen. So I figured that out. So I'm figuring a bunch of shit out like every day when I'm like at work, like in between tickets. It was slow as fuck today, dude. I was watching tutorial videos like all day.
Nice.
So I got a bunch of shit to set up.
That's why I asked if you were off today. I was like, you off today?
Yeah, I was like,
because we can start way earlier.
Oh no, yeah, I definitely would have came over here fucking like I probably would have been streaming I probably would be in the middle of streaming right fucking now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get a bunch.
Where did you get to in Fallout last night?
I finally beat that bullshit fucking. They send you to go kill a bunch of raiders, right? It's
yeah, okay. Where you left off the other night. Yep.
I finally beat that shit. That fucking place was annoying. And there was like one little spot I was missing to kill like 2 more fucking people. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And then I finally got out of there, and now I think I'm moving on to another. It's just like another town to like I guess do the same thing.
Yeah. So the Minutemen quests.
You just walk around, kill raiders. Is that it?
Pretty much, but it gets to a part in the storyline for them where you're like, okay, here's where we at, and that's pretty cool. But then you can continue to do those quests and get more and more camps, like fixed or wherever, or join the Minutemen or whatever.
Yeah.
Every time you do that, you get another camp, and you can link them all together eventually.
Yeah, there's a perk. There's a perk you can do to where it's linked, so no matter what workshop you're at, you always have all your supplies.
Oh, is there a perk for that?
Yep, there is.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it links together.
So the way I did it was you could make supply lines. So you actually take
you didn't. I'm pretty sure there's just a perk where you pick it and you can use, but maybe the supply lines are different. And it's like more, you know what I mean?
Well,
like
the
more
supply
involved.
lines you set one of your people in your camp to go with go in between all the camps and like trade and stuff.
Yeah.
So you link them all together and it does that.
Yeah, I'm starting. It's
You
weird.
can even link the ones in the patches and stuff or the DLCs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I can get a little bit more used to streaming and be able to effectively play Fallout 4. Maybe like a brand new game that I've been waiting to play for a long time wasn't the best game to choose.
Probably, but you're already in it, so.
Yeah, and I'm not going to stop now at this point, probably tonight too, I'll warn some people and just be like, hey, I'm fucking, I'm trying to get a little bit better at this game for your viewing pleasure so I don't just suck the whole fucking time. So,
yeah.
But I think it's going to be a lot easier once the stream is, the chat is on my stream, or the chat is like where I can see it on my big fucking screen. Because that's nice too. I have like a 30 fucking inch screen that I use.
Right.
Or like a TV basically. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it looks pretty
They
good.
even sell TVs that small anymore?
I picked it up outside of a dumpster.
No, but you didn't buy it.
Makes me so happy.
No, I
love
understand.
free
I'm
shit,
just
dude.
like a serious question. Do they sell TVs smaller than 30 now?
Oh, I doubt it. Well, yeah, they do. And they're
You think
super
so?
cheap. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen
I'm sure they still sell 32 inches.
like 19 inches or something
No,
like
you
yeah.
think?
I'm telling you, yeah. And they're like fucking like $60 and shit. They're
Well, I
for
guess
like,
that makes sense
they're
for like the kitchen
weird,
or like
the
bathroom.
weird poor guy that is like, I work at Walmart at night and I'm single and I had sex once with a hooker and that was it. And I eat TV dinners every night
You
before I
trying to
go to
describe
work.
someone we know right now?
I don't work at Walmart, so it's not me.
All right.
Is there somebody that we're describing right now that I'm not
I'm just
realizing?
saying we recently prank called someone who worked at Walmart, so I wasn't sure if you were.
Oh no, I'm not. That's fucking. Come on, man. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know the Vulture nearly as well enough to fucking rip on him, man. I don't think that's cool. I think if you're gonna rip on somebody, you need to be friends with that person, man. You just can't start joining in like a group of like you and like Dan's like really good friends with him, isn't he?
Yeah.
And you know him really well and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know this guy. Like, I wouldn't just. That's bullshit. Every now and then, like, I might do that or something, but to just get along in on the inside jokes of like busting the balls of somebody who's like,
I agree.
That's bullshit. That's like in my eyes, it's kind of like fighting words. You know what I mean? It's like, motherfucker, You don't know me. Slow your roll. Why don't you get to know me a little bit before you start busting my fucking chops? You know what I mean?
Unless you're on this podcast, in which case we encourage the ball busting.
That is a 1,000% completely different scenario.
Yeah.
That's a different scenario. Like when, when Lee was on, it was the first time you met him and he was busting your chops. Like that's
great.
That's completely different. That's all good fun. That's a completely different story. But for me to just sit here and like, that because you're not busting balls, you're really talking shit because you don't know this person, you don't know anything about them.
Right.
You just heard some jokes and now you're basically just fucking making fun of them. That's not cool. That's not cool. You fucking bust balls. It's gotta be somebody you know or you're good friends with.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just the way I feel. I'm also a fat angry guy, so when people fucking bust my balls, I don't even know, and I'm like, really, motherfucker? You wanna get this fucking glass broken over here, there, bud?
Well, don't do that.
Oh,
I give you 5 to 10.
You get down there for 5 to 10.
Call Manny for some hood facts on breaking glasses over people's heads.
Yeah, we're gonna have to call him like once a week. I think if we can, I'll text him like before coming over here for morning after pills, and if I can give a quick call and tell him, be like, yeah, just prepare something funny to call you and throw on. That'd be good. We just gotta start calling him the Don though too.
The Don.
Yeah,
I'm okay with the Don.
That's what I label him as because it just needs to happen that way.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. The Don.
Yeah. Well, because he had some long nickname that started with the Don or something, right? Remember that?
Dude.
And then, like, when I was like posting the episode last night, I was just like, "Yeah, the Don." I'm gonna remember
That whole
all that shit.
podcast was blurry to me, and not because I was hammered. Just trying to soak all of it in. It was very.
I'm really glad because he is really funny, man. And like after like a good half an hour or so, he started to open up and just was hilarious as fuck. It took over. That's exactly what I was hoping that happened. So
Yeah.
I was stoked that. He was funny, man. And he had like a lot of good stories and shit. I knew it when they started pouring out. I was like, yes, because that's what we're about, man. Drunken storytelling. And
When you're bitching about eating too much pizza, he's like, I'll slap the sauce out your lip.
Man, shoot yourself. It was a fun ass time having him here, though. That's for sure. What fucking time? I guess we could talk about football, right? We gotta talk about football.
Someone posted today. Oh, so you remember that guy from Scotty Mac's Sippy Poo page, Jason Smith,
The Bills guy, right?
Bills guy.
Yeah.
So he was doing he was making all these wings for last night's game. So I commented like, oh fuck it. I said something, and then I was like, oh hey, we could be friends again now that the season's over. He's like, yeah, I heard you guys were hiring Marvin Lewis as your head coach.
Oh my god, that's actually fucking funny, dude.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're not, but
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you never fucking know.
that's
But
such bullshit that they agreed for. He should have gotten fired.
yeah, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
we've been over this.
Yeah, we won't waste time. Keep going.
But yeah, he said that. I was like, I'll fucking kill myself, dude. Like, I was like, I'll be a Bills fan, dude. I'll move up to Buffalo. You make me wings, bro.
I mean, realistically, I know it seems so bad because he was just there forever and like never won a playoff game, but like realistically, because the Bengals did have like a nice chunk of like really good seasons and looked really good at certain points.
Yeah.
But like, how do you just shit the bed and not even win a playoff game for like 20 years or like 15, 16 years?
Or how do you go,
that?
oh, my player legally changed his name? Yeah, we're not, you can't. You're still not that name.
That's
on
not
this
his
team.
fault. That's ownership though. That has nothing to do with him.
You sure about that?
I'm not sure at all. I don't know anything.
Fair enough. In your defense, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he had a lot to do.
Why are you guys listening?
I'm sure he had
We
a
don't
lot
know
to do
anything.
with it.
You notice how when I talk loud, it like somehow quiets it down so it's not so fucking bad?
No.
It's like it's stopping it from clipping. Ah! Like that should have clipped the whole time. You see how it kind of stopped it? Compression, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We're moving on up to the east side. We started singing that, and I mentioned the chow line, and he was like, "What, motherfucker?
God, I didn't.
What do you know about chow line, bitch?" I was like, "All right, man, we'll say about chow line." God, he was so fucking funny. Yeah, no, football, man. Let's get into it for a few minutes before hitting the emails and shit.
Sure.
So
what are playoff teams? Let me look it up.
I'm pretty sure I know it at the top of my head anyways, for the most part, but definitely look it up.
I know.
I'm pretty excited to see the Texans. I'm actually really excited about all the playoff football that's happening. Given that I don't have my baby. I mean, even if I have the baby, I'm still going to be home, so I
Right.
can still have the games on, so it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna miss the first round of playoffs. I'm gonna miss Saturday's games, but Sunday it's fucking on, dude.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's the... Oh, you know what? We don't have to do a podcast. Maybe we could fucking...
You want to do something Sunday?
I mean,
you got a baby, dude.
Well, I don't yet. That's the thing. I mean, she's due Monday.
Due Monday?
She's due Monday.
Yeah.
You never know.
You
She
really
might have to
wanna
get
hang out
induced or whatever.
If she's... No, because you can't drink Sunday regardless.
Well, I can't drink heavy or not. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably want to be home too.
If I were you...
Go nowhere near you?
Yes. When you go into the delivery room, or whenever
I can't dress up as Braveheart, man. We already talked about this.
I understand that, but it would have been funny. But I respect it. You need to make yourself some cocktails. You need like 4 or 5 vodka Gatorades somewhere. You could be there for like 10 days, dude.
I don't want to be fucked up around my kid at all.
I understand
almost
that
at all.
You don't think you're going to a little sip when you're sitting there for 18 hours and she's still going. And you've heard that for like 20 hours and you got a headache.
Well, here's the deal. The answer is yes. And that's why I don't want to do it, because like I don't want to be sitting there like fucking getting myself drunk, having a good time while she's sitting there screaming.
Well, she doesn't have to know. You're going to need him, man. You're going to need something.
She's going to know, asshole.
Nah, you're going to need something.
I'm going to have a sober, clear mind, and I'm going to be a fucking good boyfriend and a good father, and I'm not going to be a douchebag, although it's kind of funny.
I think you're going to get upset, and you guys are probably going to fight and
when I'm
break up.
sober?
Let's go with it. It's been 10 hours.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that, dude.
I'm just saying.
At all.
I'm not saying you should do it, but you should have them there.
No, you're definitely saying I should do it. That's exactly what you're saying. Stand by your convictions, all right? Don't sell a shit and say you don't have to do it.
You know what? You never know. You never know.
I do know, and I'm not going to drink.
You never know. You're going to text me, and it's going to be 20 hours into labor.
At least wait to the second kid when I know what I'm doing.
I'm telling you what to do. You're going to text me 20 hours in like, dude, I've been 1 hour asleep, 20 hours. I fucked up. I should have listened to you, bud.
Maybe I'll fucking give you a call. You roll through. Take a couple shots out in the parking lot.
Where's the kid getting born?
Chilling. Straight born.
Where's chilling? 23?
Yeah.
That's the place where, you work for a place and then you had to be in there and we tried to play Halo.
No, we weren't at Chilton.
No? Where was that?
That was definitely a different. It wasn't Chilton, but I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, when I used to. Oh yeah, I don't give a shit about fuck. I used to work for a group home, and then there was one of the residents was in the hospital, so I just had to stay overnight. I mean, the resident slept the whole time, so I would just play video games or whatever. And that didn't work out at all, though. Remember, you were like, it was like an hour, but like the resident was just acting up so much instead of just sleeping. Yeah. You were like, I gotta leave, man. I was like, yeah, I guess I don't blame you. This sucks.
I had to find my way home.
Yeah, well, yeah, no GPS back then and shit, right?
Yeah, that and I didn't have a car. I just left.
I drove you there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
And like the person was freaking out. The nurses are looking at you like, do something. And you're like, no, I just got to hook up the Xbox. And I'm like, oh, this is
that was the thing. We weren't supposed to do anything, which is ridiculous,
right? Is
that
what it was? Yeah.
I mean, how ridiculous is that? We were there for like, I guess it's like a moral support type of thing or whatever. But apparently we were not supposed to do anything. Apparently it was all supposed to... Dude, that was like the only time there was ever a problem. Every other time I'm like fighting to stay awake because like the resident would be sleeping or whatever, taking the hospital fucking shift or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean, dude, that could have been so epic if that resident just decided to sleep that night and we just fucking played Halo all night and shit.
Yeah.
Because I even said, I was like, yeah, fuck, come with me. The person who comes in isn't going to give a shit. The hospital fucking coverage was like nothing, man. Like 9 times out of 10, every now and then it'd be a pain in the ass. Like I guess it seemed to be that night. But
they were giving us so much shit for having me there. And they're like, who's he?
Oh, yeah, I had to make up shit, right?
I was like, what he said.
How'd you get home? Did you have some girlfriend pick you up? Some ex or something?
I started walking. And I'm like,
no
all right.
way, really?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's go through and that's far away from West Milford.
Fuck yeah.
That's very far away.
You didn't even just sit around and wait to try to find a ride? You were just like, I'm going to walk out of here? You were that freaked out?
I figured I'd just keep going. And
so who got you?
My mom ended up picking me up. She drove all the way from Vernon to come get me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what was she doing, right?
That's what I said. I was like, you weren't doing anything.
I'm just kidding, Ma. I love you.
No, yeah.
She doesn't listen, right?
I remember walking. I called like a couple chicks, couple bros. Nothing.
Trying to get laid? Hey, baby. No, I'm out in whatever town.
They're like, where are you? I was like, here. They're like, no. They're like, it's 1 a.m. Or where the fuck it was.
Yeah,
Probably-
because
it probably wasn't
the
that
shift.
late, but-
The shift used to start at It used to be 12 to 8.
Yeah, so
It was
maybe
late.
it was one. Yeah,
It was late, and then they switched it to 10 to 6. I think it got switched to 10 to 6. So I don't know when you were with me which one it was, but either way, I'm sure it was kind of late because we didn't. You try to stick it out for a bit, but like after a while, it's like we were just nothing was just happening. It was just and like after you left, too, like half an hour after you left, I think he just fell asleep too.
yeah, and it was just awkward. I was trying to play video games. People were yelling. The nurses were pissed.
I can see how awkward it was for you in that whole entire situation.
Yeah.
So, but guy might be dead now. Who knows?
Maybe. I'm at home.
I'm saying I want him to die. I'm saying he might be dead.
I hear you.
He's pretty old and probably he was in the hospital. Probably had things wrong with him. Who knows? I'm surprised I'm not dead.
All right, let's talk football.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, so AFC. We got the number 1 seed. We have the Chiefs. Number 2, the Patriots.
Well deserved.
Number 3, the Texans. Number 4, the Ravens. Number 5, the Chargers. Bolt up, baby. And number 6, the Colts, which I love.
So it's Colts Chiefs. Or no, it's not because they have a first round bye. So what is it? Who's the third round?
What's that?
Who's the
third?
Or another
third
third
seed?
round. The third seed, yes.
Houston.
So that's Houston and Colts, right? That are playing. That's how it goes.
Yes, that
Goes from the outside in.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a fucking awesome game.
And I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty stoked for both those teams. I'm really happy they both made it in because I feel like they fucking deserve it. I feel like I like Andrew Luck more than the Texans in general, but I really like DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson. Like I really think those guys are in that fucking little honey badger motherfucker. I think the Texans have a fucking good team, and when they can really figure out how to utilize all their talent in a really good way, they're a fucking great team. They have a lot of talent.
Clowney's a free agent next year, I think.
Yeah, and don't forget Clowney. Watt. I mean, who you make the playoffs? Who said maybe they win a fucking round or two? You know what I mean? And
I'd say. Well, before I say this, let me get the AFC and just rattle off the names real quick. And
well, you just want to do the AFC first?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's just do one conference at a time, right?
Okay, sure.
So what do you think? What do you think about the Texans and the Colts?
I'm on that fucking Andrew Luck dick train, dude.
I think he's awesome.
Will they win fucking 8 in a row or something?
Well, they went. What was it? They went 1-5 or 1-6, and then after week 6, I think it was 1-5. Right after week 6, they only lost one game.
Yeah,
because they ended up being what 10-6.
Yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous. Insane, yeah. How do you make such a shift like that in the middle of the season?
Well, Andrew Luck finally went, oh yeah, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe he healed up a little bit, or maybe the play calling or the coaching just worked around.
Well, he was out almost 2 years.
Yeah, he was at a while. Remember, like I was really worried that he wasn't gonna be able to come back.
Everyone was, dude.
And I thought that was really good. I really think that motherfucker should be playing football for like the next 15 fucking years.
Should be.
Dude.
And when he first came back, he was making some throws, and you were like, "Oh yeah, they're off. That's fine. He has a bit here, but it's like it kind of looks like his velocity wasn't there." You know,
2 years is a while though. A year and a half, 2 years. It is a long time. So I'm stoked that he fucking came back. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Too. I think Houston's a better team overall.
Yes, I also agree with that.
It's at home.
Although the Colts have a much better offensive line.
Yeah, but well, that's the biggest reason they came back around.
Yeah.
You know, they made some offseason fuck.
Yeah, I feel like shit too, so we apologize. Well, actually, no, we don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
That's not very nice of you.
You're not very nice ever, so what the fuck are you talking about?
That's a good point. I respect the fans, though. Fudge doesn't, you know?
I don't respect anybody, you punk ass.
Houston should win that game, I would say. I think it's going to be pretty close. It's a playoff game, dude. If there's always one blowout, right? If there's going to be a blowout, I don't think it's going to be this game.
I agree. Although I'm wrong all the time. So why don't you guys do this? If you guys are betting people, whatever I say, do the exact opposite. You'll probably become fucking rich.
But you owe us a quarter of the money.
Yeah, that'd be nice to donate it. Twitch.tv/shotsforlikes podcast and hop on that PayPal.
Actually, we only need like fucking what?
Actually, I think it's paypal.me/shotsforlikes podcast. So I'm not going crazy.
Check out the stream tonight and you can double check it.
Yeah.
I'll be in the chat talking shit.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Especially the fudge.
I may stream. Yeah, I may stream Thursday night because the next day's Friday. So who gives a fuck?
Did you figure out the vegetable starch I was telling you about, bro?
The hootie what?
The vegetable starch, make adhesive. Fallout 4.
Oh, no. I might need to like just play that game for like 2, 3, 4 hours without streaming and just like get my bearings on some shit and then go back on. But that's not gonna happen tonight. I'm definitely gonna follow.
Hey, you can text me, man. You know what though? I'll tell you what. It is actually. We'll get right back to football, but like when you jumped into Fallout, I was like, dude, I've put like fucking so many hours in that game. I can help you out with everything. And you started talking about stuff. I'm like, Fallout 76 is so much different. Like
don't remember shit.
Yeah, I'm like blending the two together. I'm like,
you're like, oh, perk cards in every game. I'm like, there's no perk cards anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, technically there are perk cards in 4, but it's more of a skill tree, like you were saying.
But there's still in 3 in New Vegas, it was just you got perks too. You used every level. You fucking used the thing for a perk.
Yeah, but anyway,
but didn't you get to like? Because it's weird in 4, you could either up the special attributes,
right,
or get a perk. Was that always the same thing in 3 in New Vegas? Or were you like not able to upgrade your special attributes at all in 3? I feel like you weren't able to upgrade the special attributes in like 3. I feel like once you started getting perks, like that was. I really don't remember though, to be honest.
Last time I played New Vegas was when I first moved into my apartment.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Because I got rid of my Xbox.
Buy it for like $3, Game of the Year edition on anything.
Well, not on PlayStation 4, man.
You should buy a PlayStation 3, dude. For like fucking $100.
If we end up building the computer, I'm good to go. I'll just get a Steam account.
Yeah, but you're getting older PS1 and 2 games on there.
Right.
On the PlayStation 3, because the backwards compatibility is available.
I think within the next year or 2, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, well, maybe not New Vegas, but at least 3 will be remastered for sure.
I'm going to have to play that game again.
Yeah, I would say they're both getting remastered within the next couple of years.
Which would be cool, streaming the shit out of that, looking all fucking nicey nice, and that game I know the fuck out of. You know what I mean?
Especially, well, clearly you don't. Neither of us remember how the stats.
Yeah, but once I get playing again, dude.
Yeah.
Once I start playing Fallout 3 again, like I just give me an hour to get at, like, I mean, that is a game for me to fucking stream because you're not fucking building weapons. You're finding weapons. You're finding some of the same, and then you're fucking fixing them with those. You know what I mean? It's like nothing. You almost like don't have to know anything in that game compared to fucking this game where, although I've already figured it out pretty quickly anyway. But
so anyway, back to football.
Yeah, we'll head back to football.
we could talk nerds again too afterwards. All right, so the second match. So usually it's AFC. Is it AFC Saturday? They split a game. It's an AFC and an NFC game Saturday and the same thing on Sunday, right?
Yeah, there's 4 games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's Texans and Colts on Saturday, and then whoever the Seahawks are facing on Saturday.
Right.
And then I don't remember who's Sunday.
Gotcha. So Baltimore Chargers, what do you think?
That's a crazy game. That's so fucking crazy. Like, the Chargers are such a well-rounded team.
But that Baltimore defense is dope.
He's insanity. And
and they have a rookie quarterback in the playoffs.
Who's been like just getting that team all amped up like crazy. Who would have thought that was going to happen, man?
No one.
Who would have thought Lamar Jackson was going to come in like that and fucking he was going to be in the playoffs with them?
Not Joe Flacco.
Because when you look at the stats, he only throws like there was like, the past 3 weeks he's thrown for 350 yards and 1 touchdown. But he's ran for like 600.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? But it's just the fact that he is fucking getting everybody fucking pumped and they're winning games. It's like, that's what comes out. It's almost like a Tim Tebow type of thing.
Well, come on now.
Well, no, Tim Tebow was fucking his stats. You looked at his stats and you were like, what? But he was winning games. He got them to the playoffs.
Even Lamar Jackson could throw the ball.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that's the situation it reminds me of.
Just never bring up that name in this podcast again.
Why does that upset you so much?
Me.
It's the best lefty in Jets history. When Jeff texted that to Boomer Esiason, That might have been the one that I've laughed the hardest in my entire like top 10.
Top 5 tweets of Jeff's life for sure.
That's just so goddamn smart and hilarious. Like you think about like obviously it's probably Boomer Esiason, right? I mean, how many other lefty quarterbacks were there on the Jets? So he says Tim Tebow instead he fucking tweets.
Yeah, but you know what though? That when Boomer, I have to look up the stats, but when Boomer was on the Jets,
it wasn't as good as the Bengals, right?
The Jets were bad when he was there.
Yeah,
I remember like he was telling a story about like he was playing he was playing the Bears, whoever the fuck he was playing. I remember that he's like one of the the linebacker came up to me and was like, "Hey man, give up." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "We know exactly what you're calling every time. Your coach is a retard."
Really?
He's like, "We know where you're gonna call."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, "We know where you're gonna call. Just give up. You better start audibling. We know those too, because your coach is a retard."
That's fucking funny, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I would say you gotta go with the Chargers on this one. Just with that, I mean, I know Rex Grossman made it to the Super Bowl as a rookie, right? But
he was a rookie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That was the first Super Bowl I think that was the second, because the first it was Seahawks Steelers that I watched with you. You know, however many, what was that fucking...
That's when your face fell in the bowl of cereal.
Yeah, we always bring it up. It was like, what, like 14, 15 years ago at this point?
A long time ago.
It was about 14, because I was 17, 18. Something like that. Well, like maybe 13 years or so. And then I think the next year might have been... it was Colts Bears, right? It was fucking Peyton Manning versus Rex Grossman. And that's the Super Bowl that the Colts won.
Yeah, it was pouring in Florida. I remember that. And they said, I remember the head coach, what's his alien ass fucking face?
I remember too, because it was the first time ever that there was 2 black head coaches in a Super Bowl. It was Tony Dungy and Lovie Smith. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was that. So I'm right.
Funniest thing ever. Tony Dungy goes, "We're not scared of Devin Hester. We're kicking to him." First play of the game. Oh yeah,
first play of the game. Didn't I call that too?
I'm sure.
I mean, anybody could have called that, but I think I was just hammered sitting there like, how much you want to fucking bet Devin Hester's running this back? And I think everybody was just like, yeah, whatever, man. Fuck off, Dan. And then it happened, and I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, anybody could have just thrown that guess. Of course, but that's like saying, like, oh, Tom Brady's going to throw 3 touchdowns. You watch. You know what I mean? Like, what am I guessing here?
Yeah. At that point in his career, yeah. And they fucked him, too, because he wanted to be a quarterback. Corner. Sorry. Did I say quarter? I meant corner.
Well, no, yeah. He started off as a corner and but he was just so fast and quick.
And they're like, dude, you have to be a receiver. Like,
yeah,
you're so special with the ball. But like,
he had garbage hands, though, right?
Yeah, dude, if he was a cornerback, he might have been a monster, man.
Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway.
Yeah, he fell off so quick. It was really quick.
Yeah.
Literally within like another year or two after that, it was like, Devin who?
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm definitely going fucking Chargers all day on this. With a rookie quarterback, I know the defense is good. And yeah, I guess I get the home field advantage.
Is Melvin Gordon healthy?
I believe so, yeah.
The Chargers are going to need all their weapons, I would think.
To tag out defense. Yeah, but at the same time, it's a rookie quarterback. You never know, man. Like in the first round of the playoff, ever for him, you know, the pressure could be, all of a sudden he could have that moment in the huddle like, oh fuck.
That's true.
You know? And they don't have a bad defense.
No, dude, they're just about top 10.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the Chargers. Like, they're like 9th, 10th, 11th on like everything across the board. You know what I mean? So they're like, I would say they're the most well-rounded team when you look at just stats and like their ranks stats-wise in the NFL. But that's just looking at stats that I don't know always necessarily mean everything. But yeah, I think I'm kind of waiting. I think it's gonna be Phillip Rivers' time to really start doing some good shit. Maybe he'll fucking if Phillip Rivers loses the first round like this to Lamar Jackson,
yeah, that's not good.
With as good as a team that nobody gives a shit about the Chargers this year. Nobody realizes how fucking good they are. If he loses again,
Phillip Rivers will never be brought up in that conversation anymore. If he loses this,
I think there could be a huge negative against him, big time,
for sure,
big time.
So what do you want? Do you want to go into? Should we go through wild cards, the wild card matchups first, and then come back to the NFC or sorry, AFC?
Yeah, I was. We probably should have just. Yeah, you know what? You lead it.
Sure.
You got the phone in front of you. So
want
fucking
me to
do
lead
something.
it. Okay.
Do something.
Let's go to National Football League. So we got the Saints with the number 1 seed. We got the Rams with the 2 seed. The Bears with the 3 seed, which is fucking amazing to me. Like, who would have thought? Like, obviously Trubisky, like, no one realizes how good he was going to be or whatever. But
Coaching.
you put
just like the coaching for the Rams made golf a fucking monster, bro.
All of a sudden you have Khalil Mack and Trubisky's throwing up fucking numbers, and you're like, oh shit, we have the 3 seed, the Bears, dude. When's the last time the Bears were relevant?
It's been a while,
right?
They're usually
like there
a
were
joke.
some years where they were good, but they were never over the hump team. You know what I mean?
When Rex Grossman was the quarterback, that was the last time.
Yeah.
When they had
a little bit
that
after,
bald
with,
fucking white Urlacher.
With that fucking jerk off that finished off with the Dolphins.
Oh, Cutler.
Yeah. So they had some good teams with Cutler and Marshall. No, I'm thinking. Oh Jesus. Now I'm thinking of the fucking Broncos, but. No, Marshall was
on the Bears. That's where he started.
That's where he started.
He hopped all over the place. Remember when I made a bet with point? You know what's funny? Every time I made a bet with point set, I've won. Have you ever noticed that?
No.
I made it.
Not that I don't trust you, but I don't know.
When Brandon Marshall was on the Jets, he was swearing to me, and we made a bet that Brandon Marshall would be in the Hall of Fame. And I was like, I don't think so, man. He's like, oh, definitely. Dude, the last few years of Brandon Marshall's career has been very bad.
Yeah. Well, he decided to not catch the ball anymore.
Very consistent. And then he also made a bet with me that I never held against him or asked for the money. He shook my hand on this bet that the Mets were signing Daniel Murphy right after that World Series.
Yeah, that's a tough bet to take.
He shook my hand.
Yeah. Well,
I'm never going to be a dick and fucking, you know what I mean? It's whatever.
Fuck him. It'll be funny.
If that's the case, motherfucker owes me some money for a few bets, dog. I mean, how? It's so weird, like.
In Brandon Marshall's defense, though, he went to the Fish, the Jets, and the Giants to finish his career.
Yeah, but if you're a good wide receiver, man, like people should want to throw to you. You should be getting open. You should be doing your fucking job.
Well, do you think T.O. finished off good? T.O. was a much better receiver.
Oh yeah,
better numbers, but like
no, of course
he didn't finish off good. He finished with the Bills, didn't he?
I honestly don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't remember like the last.
He's also the past couple years, but like I'll still play.
I definitely think
he's still fucking shredded, dude.
Yeah, no, Terrell Owens is definitely on a whole other level than Brandon Marshall.
Yeah,
period.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Regardless of whether the last few years of his career were not good or whatever. Like, think about it. He was on the Niners, right? He was on the Cowboys. Like, he was. Did he win a Super Bowl or two?
No. He made it to the Super Bowl with the Eagles.
With Donovan McNabb.
You know,
this is Donovan McNabb.
That's not Donovan McNabb. He pulls up in that shitty, like, fucking Toyota fucking.
What'd you say? It's a Honda Prelude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's Donovan McNabb. Eat sausage McMuffins, right? Whatever the fuck it was.
You know how I start my day? A good sausage McMuffin from McDonald's.
Some like weird, fat, like nerdy black guy like handing out sausage McMuffin coupons or whatever it was. We've already talked about this like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Bears with the 3 seed. The Dallas Cowboys. How about them monkey men with the number 4 seed winning the division?
That's what it is. It's Seahawks Cowboys, right?
Yep.
So what do you think about? I mean, I guess I'm gonna,
Dallas. Never know.
You know what's weird? Don't the Seahawks have a better record than Dallas? But because they won the division,
record.
Same record.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, if it's. I mean, do you remember when Seattle, their first playoff appearance with Pete Carroll, they beat the Saints? I think they were like fucking 6 and like 500. Like they were so bad, but they won the division, so they had a higher seed, and it forced the Saints to come to Seattle, and the Seattle won.
Yeah, fucking Legion of Boom, dude.
Hey, that's how it goes.
Seattle made me eat my words a bit this season because I've definitely talked some shit about Seattle. Well,
they've lost so many defensive players. You know, they weren't.
And they figured it the fuck out, dude.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson's playing fucking great. They got that guy Carson running well.
He's a great quarterback, man.
Yeah. He's made me eat my words, too. I talk a lot of shit about him. I mean, fuck him.
First name is Russell.
Last name is Wilson. Pretending you're not fucking banging Sierra before you got married, you fucking loser. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Why? What do you need to do that for? I mean, they're married now. He wasn't tapping ass the whole time.
We're talking football right now, Dan.
Have you ever seen Sierra? Watch one music video and you're going to come back and be like, Fudge, we got to talk. I watched the Sierra video and I see what you're saying. This is bullshit.
Watch any chick besides Russell Wilson's last wife and you're going to bang the other chick. So I don't know. Is that what you're trying to say?
Who's his last wife?
Dude,
I'm saying Sierra's one of those chicks. She's like real pretty black chick. I don't know, like that, you know, like the fucking nice, like Beyonce type skin where it's like, you know, I'm trying to describe it without sounding racist. I don't know. It's like a darker, but it's not too dark.
I think we're
she's just a really good looking chick, and she fucking dances all hot, and she's like an R&B. Like,
you don't need to bring this argument up if you looked at Russell Wilson's last.
I'm just trying. Well, you asked me a question. You were like, "Oh, what's wrong with this chick?" And I'm describing her to you. Like, if you ever seen like a Sierra music video, like one or two of them, then you'd come back and be like, "All right, man, I get what you're talking about." Just watch one or two, man.
I'm never gonna do that.
I know you're not. But if you come across one or two one day, maybe you're like hammered with the broad, watch some on YouTube, and for some reason, Sierra music video, be like, oh, fuck, just don't play it. I'm going to play it. And you play it, and you're going to watch her move around in a little bit. You're going to be like, you know what? Fudge had a fucking point here.
No. I'm not saying you don't have a point. That's just not good looking. I'm just saying the funnier thing would be to watch, just Google a picture of Russell Wilson.
What's up with his ex-wife?
She looks like a foot. Is my point. So that is, you know, whatever. We'll move on.
We know somebody with an ex that looks like a foot.
Was it me?
No,
I'd bang a foot. Like if she looked like a foot, doesn't matter.
I've showed you or told you before, and you've definitely.
We don't even need to talk about it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fucked up. I feel bad even saying it.
We got the 6 seed, which is just my.
I thought you were about to say the 76ers. I was like, dude, what are we talking about?
Well, I've been talking about 76 for a while. The 6 seed, dude, and this is my favorite of all. The Phillies, baby.
The Eagles.
The fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
I know what you meant, but I have to make fun of you.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Can you not do the whole thing?
Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Shoot 'em low.
I'll catch up on some text.
High. As we watch our Eagles fly on the road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles. Yeah, I was getting nervous. I'm going to spell that wrong. I don't think it's ever happened. I mean, maybe it has, but.
Yeah, it definitely has. But you've been so drunk that you don't remember.
I mean, how fucking funny is that they made it, man?
Well, here's the thing. Nick Foles apparently got injured.
Did he?
Yeah, and the third string came in, and he like threw a touchdown pass or two or something. Dude, if they make it out the first round, it's going to be really fucking ridiculous, dude. Now, here's the deal, man. The Don had a point the other night, bro. Fucking, if Nick Foles could keep making a run.
Like, who's the Don? And then
you're like, yeah, the Don. If Nick Foles could make that fucking run again, man, the Eagles need to trade Carson Wentz for like a first rounder or something.
Yeah,
man.
but let's be honest. Like, don't get me wrong.
And not because Nick Foles is better than Carson Wentz, but because Carson Wentz cannot stay healthy.
Here's my thing.
They need to do it before he breaks his leg a third time or some shit, and then they're getting nothing for him because he's too injured.
I would love for fucking the Eagles to win another Super Bowl.
You're an asshole.
Back to back. They're not beating Chicago at home. It's just not happening.
The Giants beat Chicago.
Yeah, but, you know.
Mitchell Trubisky wasn't starting, though. And that was a shit game. It was like rainy and shit.
Was Khalil Mack not even playing?
Yeah, I think so. I think Khalil Mack wasn't playing. So you had a point there. I totally forgot about that, honestly.
The fucking Eagles are not beating Chicago at home, which is crazy. Who would have thought in the beginning of the year someone during the playoffs could say, there's no way the defending fucking champions lose to fucking Chicago. in the playoffs.
Chicago. Get yourself a Chicago hot dog.
I would love to see it, and I would love Charlie to come back and just even shoot a text to you like, hey, Dan, remember all that shit you were talking? We won 2, you fucking prick.
Yeah, I talked a lot of shit about the Eagles this year.
Yeah.
I was supposed to say, it's like, see, they fucking suck, losers. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. And surprisingly, all the Eagles fans just kind of, they veered away from the status.
Well, of course. Yeah, of course. At that time of the year, of course.
Yeah.
The way it was going. But they're not beating Chicago at home. You never know. I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. But
yeah, I mean, although the story at Chicago is pretty cool, I don't really care too much about them winning. I care more about, I feel like I care more about the AFC teams a bit. I mean, but you got to think though, I have grown more of a hatred for NFC teams, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I will say this though. This is the first time in a long time with the playoffs, besides the Patriots, I wouldn't be mad if any team won. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a team you're rooting for in the playoffs.
Well, you just don't want the Patriots to make it there, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, of course. That's
like
every fucking year, of course.
Dude,
but
they've
what
clinched
I'm saying,
9 first-round buys in a row.
No. Listen, I'm just saying in general.
How much bullshit is that?
Like, there's so many
Not even in the playoffs 9 times in a row.
No, but
First-round buys.
I won't talk about the Patriots.
9 of them.
I'm just saying, every year in the playoffs, because the Jets are never there, so I have to be like, all right, I would like this team to make it, and I definitely don't want that team to make it. But there's always teams that you're like Pittsburgh. I don't want Pittsburgh to win another one.
Well, they didn't make it this year.
Yeah, they make it so good.
It was the Browns that kept them out, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, like, there's so many teams I don't want to be there. This year, if any team won besides the Patriots, I'm fucking happy. I'm good to go.
I don't even want them in the Super Bowl. I think the Patriots not being in the Super Bowl is going to make football awesome at the end of this year.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's fucking annoying. And it's annoying how that like Bill Belichick is such a good coach that he just figures out how to stick around.
Well,
and like whatever it is, man, it's annoying. I'm fucking
coach,
sick of it, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's probably, I mean, what do you gotta say, like top 3 coach of all time? I don't know. I say shit. I say shit all the time. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
top coaches right now.
But so you know what? Perosi will hear this and he'll be like, "No, all right. Here's the deal, you fucking idiots." He'll tweet all the right answers to us. So
by the way,
thanks, Perosi.
Your
Let us know.
Christmas episode was probably one of my favorite to date. Very good episode.
It was like 3 hours long, right?
Yeah.
That's when they bought Taylor on. Yeah.
I saw 3 hours. I was like, oh yeah, I can get some hours out of these guys.
I keep wanting to call Taylor Tyler, and I feel so bad because he popped on the stream last night too.
He sounds just like my buddy Tyler. Like, fuck you, Tyler?
Really?
They sat, well, not.
I like Taylor, too. He's real outspoken. He kind of reminds me.
I've never met Taylor.
He reminds me of me a little bit because he doesn't shut the fuck up, dude. And
I've never met Taylor, but I like him 100 times better than Tyler. So he's got that going for him. But anyway, so what do you think? So you're on the same boat with me. I would assume that you think Chicago's going to win.
Honestly, I'm worried about it.
So you're worried.
I am worried about it. I hope Chicago
because you
wins.
think Philly can win, or you're worried because you don't want to deal with the consequences of Philly winning?
It's a combination of both, but I actually think, I mean, it happens a lot, especially when the Giants start to suck, but I haven't paid nearly as much attention to football the last, like 2-3 weeks for sure. So, I mean, I don't know how hot they could be playing right now and not have a solid idea of how good they actually are playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not really too sure. I'm basing this off of like a month ago.
All right, so we'll say Philly wins because I agree with that. That'd be great.
Yeah, fuck off. Well, what's the next game?
Well, we still we didn't decide Dallas, Seattle. Who do you think wins at Dallas?
See, at Dallas, that's a big thing with Seattle because when they're in Seattle, they're
well, it's
like
one of the
a whole
best
different
home.
fucking ball
Them
game.
and the Chiefs have the well. With Drew Brees, I would say the top 3 home field advantages are Saints, the Chiefs, and Seattle.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty up there. I think it's just going to be a fucking gnarly game.
Yeah,
I'm
excited for that game.
It's going to be fucking tough. I mean, we'll see. I mean, someone's going to shit the bed somewhere, and the other teams can take advantage of it. I
Do you
think
think
that's one
that
of those
could be
games.
the blowout game? Dallas just comes in hot and fucking beats them like 30.
God, that'd be so terrible if Dallas beats the Seahawks and the Eagles beat the fucking Bears. Oh,
yeah. Well,
for fuck's sake, dude.
if you have Dallas and the Dallas and fucking the Eagles going past the first round. That's great for football. For me.
Fucking hate you so much. Yeah, it's both cough losers.
Same time.
I don't know you. Same time. Yeah. That's a toughie. That's a toughie.
That is a tough. That's why this is I love this playoff scenario so much this year.
I do.
Like I want
enjoy
to
it.
watch every single playoff game. Like
Same.
Obviously, you always want to watch them because they're always excellent, the best of the best, right? But like this year, something about like just
Last year, was it a year or two ago where like there was just a ton of blowouts and the playoffs sucked? Remember
That
that?
happens every once in a while, yeah.
Well, that was the year with the Falcons and the Patriots, I think, right? That year, everything was just a blowout.
Well, I
Everything
did
sucked.
win $2,000, so
That's insanity.
I've won 3 years in a row.
That's fucking crazy.
I've won $6,000 in the past 3 years.
It pains me to say this. I think the Cowboys have more talent, and I think the Cowboys are gonna. I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Cowboys are gonna do it.
Yeah, I believe
Their defense is really good. Ezekiel,
their linebackers are insane, dude. They're
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, do I even need to waste words? Dak Prescott has definitely figured out what he's doing. And Amari Cooper, being his only receiver, is still fucking... I mean, actually, he's cooled off a bit the past few weeks, I think. I hate to say it, but I think Dallas might pull it off.
beautiful.
Sucks. Fuck off.
All right, so let's go back to AFC. So we have what did we pick? We picked Chargers winning.
Yeah, we picked Chargers.
We picked Baltimore winning, right?
No, it's the same. This is the same game. We picked Chargers. It's Ravens, Chargers.
Oh, so sorry, yeah.
You mixed up the Colts, the Baltimore Colts. That's what you're thinking.
Yes. Sorry.
But I know what you're saying. The Colts, Texans.
We picked the Colts and Chargers to win.
I don't even know we picked the Colts. I don't think we picked that game
We
necessarily.
didn't really pick a game, but we're just going on with it. Do you think? All right, let's just say.
I think the Texans have more. I think the Texans have more talent, but I think I think they should somehow still be better with the talent they have. They're a good team. They got 10 or 11 wins, and they got real hot for a while and shit and all this stuff. But like they lost to the Giants in the beginning of the year, and like there's. I don't know, man. I think they have too much talent for them to not be shining more. I don't know. That's like the best way I can explain it. I really like the Texans and I really like the Colts. I think Andrew Luck needs to fucking pop out of the first round and do some cool shit. So I'm gonna go Colts.
He has before, but
Not saying he hasn't, but like I wanna see him move forward.
Me too.
Yeah, more than Deshaun Watson.
I'll say this. So you have the Chiefs, the Patriots, Houston, Baltimore, Chargers, Colts. You think any one of those teams can't beat any one of those teams?
Oh yeah, the AFC. Well, that's the thing because the Chiefs are so fucking crazy. But like when they face a really good team, a really good coaching, their defense eventually lets them down. So that's the thing with the Chiefs. But I mean, so what do you got? You got what is it? The Colts, Texans, and then Chargers, Ravens.
Right.
So I feel like I don't know. The Chiefs The Chiefs would shit. The Chiefs. Who's the? What seeds are the Ravens? And
4.
And then the
Chargers are 5th.
Yeah,
Chargers also have 2
but
more
they're
wins.
only the Colts are 6th. The Chiefs would shit all over the Colts. Chiefs would shit all over the Colts.
True. Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think the defense could keep up with it. I think Andrew Luck could probably figure some shit out, but I mean that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but so even if the Colts make it out of the first round, they're probably gonna get fucking shit on to death by the Chiefs. But that's just me guessing.
Yeah.
But I hear you though. I mean, if the Colts defense can play pretty well or figure some shit out, then maybe you'd have a bit better of a game because that happens too.
I just love how every year it's obviously Patriots are there and it's like, all right, which one of these fuckers can beat the Patriots? It's not like that this year.
So between the Ravens and the Chargers is who would face the Patriots? Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's so weird. I never fucking know. I just wait for it to be done for me. I'm like, oh, who's just playing?
But I'm just saying, like, normally it's always like there's Pittsburgh in there and then there's Ravens in there. It's like, all right, I hope one of these guys pulls it out. Or, back when the Colts of Peyton Manning, I'm like, hope one of them pulls out and beats the Patriots.
Yeah.
It's not like that this year.
It's nice because the Steelers aren't there and the Patriots were just kind of so-so.
I don't
You know what I mean?
The Patriots
For the Patriots,
The
anyways.
Patriots are not the favorite going into this at all.
Yeah, they're not.
They're always the favorite going in, and you hope that someone just puts them down. They're not the favorite.
That's true. I see what you're saying, that like if shit can go right for a certain team on a certain day, that like they can pull it off. Like,
yeah, of course. But I think
I think all the teams have the abilities to beat each other. I see what you're saying.
Right. Normally it's always like there's no way they're going to lose, but I would love to see the Patriots lose. I think the Chiefs and the Chargers are definitely more favored than the Patriots, no? You're always going to get the people that go, well, it's the Patriots, so whatever. But this year, I don't feel like that this year. I just don't feel like it.
As much as I want to be a cocksucker to you, because you are, in fact, a much bigger cocksucker than I. I mean, I don't want to be a dick to you, surprisingly, but...
You're having a baby. You're trying to turn your life around, not be a dick.
I'm going to have no problem not being a dick to her. You, I guess it's going to be for... I mean, if anything, I'm just going to take everything out on you when I come to the podcast.
That's
really.
Fine. I accept it.
Can't just be like an angry old fuck in front of my daughter.
Not all heroes
wear
a cape, man, you know?
Do they make capes for us that could fit?
I got one, yeah.
I got a cape, bro. I got a cape.
Actually,
I'm not going to be surprised at all when the Patriots figure it the fuck out and they're in the goddamn AFC Championship and or the Super Bowl.
Neither will I be. But I don't think... I'm not worried about this year. Like, if it happens, I'm like, yeah, I get it. It happens. But I'm like, every year, I'm literally worried. I'm like, there's no way they're losing. This year, I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. But think about it, though, the Pats and Chiefs met each other. Pats won. Who else?
Chargers beat the Chiefs?
Barely, though.
Yeah. They won.
And the Chiefs were up like 2-3 touchdowns.
Unless you're blowing
up.
someone out, I don't want to hear barely. You won. You watch Fast and
How can it
Furious?
be barely if they've blown someone out?
Well, I'm saying if someone blows someone out, that's different. Like, oh, they blew him out. But like, I don't want to hear, oh, they barely won. Like, nah, dude, they won.
Yeah, but wasn't there like some weird play calling on Andy Reid's thing or like some weird fucking thing that caused some shit to happen? That's the thing too, though. I mean, yeah, me either. I mean, I was just probably drawing, but I guess you can't. I don't like doing that either because every time I watch football, I'll sit there and do that. Like, I saw Ken post stats last night saying like, oh, fucking, that game wasn't even fun to watch. So much bad calling on both sides. Football isn't fun anymore.
Well, his team just lost a playoff shot, so.
Yeah, so I guess that could be kind of biased. I mean, but I know what he feels like though. I know what it's like, dude. Like, what if this game was just called correctly?
No,
you know
it happens, dude. It happens. I mean, all right, and to bring up the Jets, think about those past couple times, like the past couple years, where the Jets scored a touchdown, but then they took it back, and they were like, actually, you know what? Patriots ball, touchback. You're giving
how
us
many touchdowns were taken away from Stefarian Jenkins last fucking year, dude?
Right,
it was insanity.
There's so many.
I remember posting a status for everyone like, are they ever going to let this guy score a fucking touchdown?
There's
dude?
so many things you could talk about, but like, you know,
that was so weird. You guys let him go. Yeah, he was a pretty fucking killer, dude.
Well, not for us.
Yeah, he was. He was like one of your best receivers last year.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Like, he was, but he was like, whatever. Like, it wasn't like we were dropping Randy Moss.
Yeah, but who's your fucking tight end now?
The tight end this year, I can't think of his name because I've been doing the podcast, has been pretty good. When Jenkins was with us, he wasn't... we could look up his stats. They're a normal, average tight end stat, if I had to guess.
Now, are we taking into account like the 4 touchdowns that got stolen from him?
Wow. All right. Let's finish this up. All right, back to the National Football Conference. Okay. See, this one's a little bit more lopsided. Like, I think the Saints and the Rams, I would be shocked.
They're the 1-2, right?
The 1-2. I would be. It's not like the 1-2 in the AFC. Like, I would be shocked if one of them was not there.
What, you're saying both are making it to the NFC Championship? That's what you're saying?
At least one of them is. Whereas the AFC, if the Chiefs and the Pats aren't there, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, because the Chiefs defense sucks, and that could be a huge problem in the playoffs. And the Pats still got like they got like what, 10 wins or something, I think, right?
Yeah.
10, 11 wins. But they aren't like as consistent. Like some of their losses were a little weird, like the Lions. Right. You know what I mean? What the fuck was that about? You know?
I'm just saying, do you think Chicago, Dallas, Seattle, or Philly are going to go into LA or the or New Orleans a win.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Fuck no. Hey, better not. It should be the fucking Saints and the Rams. That's what we should be fucking getting.
And that would be an amazing
It would be.
AFC. And that's why.
And the matchup already
like
happened.
I said,
And the
being
Saints
an
won.
asshole, I would prefer the Cowboys and or the Phillies to be there just so I could be an asshole.
Yeah, well, you're an asshole, so it makes sense.
Football-wise, the Saints fucking Rams, AFC Championship in the Dome.
NFC.
Well, yeah, sorry. NFC, that'd be an amazing fucking championship game. Well, on paper.
Yeah, it would be really sick. And Todd Gurley's hurt right now, so I don't know if they're just like playing it safe, resting him with like something minor or what.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, but it makes sense though because you're going to need Todd Gurley to get to the playoffs. So
either way, this is the most excited I've ever been for. Well, not ever, but
I agree.
In a long time, I'm very excited about this.
Football
playoffs.
got a lot cooler this year, in a sense of like there's some teams that could pull shit. And that's the thing about the playoffs, man. Like nobody expected both those years when the Giants won for the Giants to do that. So that's what's like cool about football, man. It's not like basketball where it's like every single year the fucking
and who expected
Warriors win.
Dallas and Philly to be there this year.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Can we just talk before we go to emails? Can we just talk about Kirk Cousins real quick? Because ran to glory. You shouldn't have paid him all that money. You're an asshole.
I'm so
and I was eating my words, and I was eating my words in the beginning of the year because they were looking good, and Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen were just like these crazy number ones all over the place.
Right.
But then Cook got injured quick, so he lost his run game, and they traded away the other two running backs, right?
Right.
Or no. They traded one. They traded one to San Francisco. Or no, the one was a free agent, I think. San Francisco grabbed him, but he got hurt the Saturday practice because he was like my number 2 pick or something in fantasy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name off the top of my head, but he went to San Francisco because San Francisco was supposed to be much better this year.
Well,
Garoppolo and their star running back,
right?
And their star running back went down the Saturday before the Sunday of week 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, they lost him. They didn't re-sign him or whatever. And then the other running back, I don't know if they weren't utilizing him because they have a different offensive coordinator now. Don't forget that. Yeah. Pat Shurmur was doing a really good job there. So who knows how much if Pat Shurmur didn't get hired by the Giants.
Like I said, when the Jets were offered fucking Kirk Cousins like $100 million, the first thing I said was, I don't want it, but I won't be upset because we'll have a quarterback. Thank fuck. He was like, oh, fuck the Jets. Thank fuck, dude.
There's something about him, and I can't put my finger on it to like sound intelligent while talking about football, but there's just something about it, man. Like he's not a fucking winner. Like he might put up all these stats and this and that, but he's like the Marvin Lewis of quarterbacks.
No, come on. Here's what it is.
Here's
exactly what it is.
Is he in the playoffs right now?
No, he's not. Here's
Neither
exactly.
Marvin Lewis.
I'm going to put my finger on your finger, and you'll figure out where your finger.
Where you putting your finger, bro? Hold on. No knuckles insertion.
Well, no, I'm not a 3-knuckler inserter like you had happen to you. I'm just saying the reason he's such a big name is because he's always a free agent or a trade item.
That's a good point, dude. That's a really good point.
So like if the Redskins were like, hey, listen, we're signing for a long-term deal, you would never hear of his name again unless he won.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. Every year was like, well, we might trade him. You know what I'm saying? So that he was always
he got franchise tag twice, right?
Like imagine if I believe so, yeah.
Because it wasn't 3 times. Because I remember when Bell got franchise or attempted to get franchise tag 3 times, I was like, that is a bullshit rule.
Right.
Bullshit rule.
Here's how
3 times, dude.
And I'm sure Flacco's numbers are better, and he obviously won. But could you imagine if every year people were like, well, we're probably going to trade Flacco, or we don't know about him yet, we're not signing him? It'd be the same thing.
You're right. Although I know Flacco had some years.
Yeah, I'm just
he's kind of like Manning. Like he had some fucking years, but he looks like weird in other years.
Or not mediocre, but like I'm putting good quarterbacks. I'm just trying to think of 2 good quarterbacks that are not great. Like I don't think Cousins a great quarterback. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. And it's just the fact that he's always available. That's why we keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
And that's why he got all that money. Because he should be sucking the fucking Redskins' dicks. Not the Indians, but the owners, you know?
What they should have done was realize that RJ3 wasn't going to stop getting hurt and that mobile of a quarterback is never going to like 1,000% work out for you unless they have a fucking gun for an arm.
Right.
And they should have got rid of him. They just should have went right with Kirk Cousins right away because Kirk Cousins was looking so much better back then.
Yeah.
He was looking great. And then like just picking RG3 over Kirk Cousins. Then weren't they going somebody else over Kirk Cousins for a while? And they finally chose Kirk Cousins, but then they kept franchise tagging him. And like they just fucked and destroyed the whole relationship. Yeah. Like just like fucking Don was saying, dude, he was like the ownership just drives me nuts. And like they do things that upset me to be a fucking Skins fan, bro. It's fucking crazy. And I thought him going over there with Thielen and Diggs and Cooks, because that's insanity. Because Diggs and Thielen, I feel like could be number ones on any team.
Oh yeah,
and they just take
like
turns.
One of the fastest guys in the NFL, right?
Yeah, but Thielen fucking he gets open more. It's ridiculous. It's like they take turns every other week being fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. It's just like how with the Falcons, maybe not as bad, but the Falcons offense was insane.
Yeah.
And then they lose Shanahan and all of a sudden they can't figure out how to play football for the past 2.5 years or what the fuck ever. Shermer fucking leaves now. He's fucking up the Giants. And I don't know who the Vikings got, but they had some games that looked amazing. They had some games that looked like shit. I just thought it was bullshit paying out motherfucker $30 million a year. It was bullshit.
But you had to.
Or you could have kept Case Keenum and Pat Shermer. Maybe be like Pat Shermer. No, don't leave. Don't go to the shitty Giants. They suck. You're going to have a bad time.
What I'm saying is
how much better were the Vikings last year with Case Keenum and Pat Shermer? Think about that.
I'm just saying there's no team out there that was going to pay Kirk Cousins less. Someone was going to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the problem when you're that desperate for the fucking quarterback.
It's a huge dude. Listen to a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Who's been begging for years.
Thank God you guys got Darnold instead, man.
This is the first time I'm excited about a quarterback since ever. Even with Sanchez, like it was like he didn't have the gun strength. Like he won and when we signed him, I was like, I hope he's good. I was more excited about Geno actually, because Geno I think had better numbers in college, and he dropped to the second round. So I was like, dude, I can't fucking complain about this. He was supposed to be a first overall quarterback, and now he's a second round pick.
But do you think it's the Jets' fault what happens to these quarterbacks and not the quarterback's fault? At some point, it gets to a thing where it's like the organization's just fucking over quarterbacks.
Well, Sanchez, because the first 2 years we had an amazing team around him, and we made it to the
ridiculous team.
Yeah, and then we made it to 2 AFC championships, and they're like, well, instead of improving, let's get rid of all our offensive line. And
your running game was ridiculous. Your defense was like top 5, top 3? It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
and he threw like 17 passes a game.
Yeah, no, it was
Rex Ryan didn't let him do anything.
Yeah.
Like, how easy is it to manage a game when you're throwing 17 passes, 19 passes a game, dude?
It was that they didn't let him not do anything the first year for sure, but I think they all kind of went like, let's see if we can get better. Like, I think they had such a good team around him that they weren't like, dude, let's let this kid lose for us. You know what I'm saying? So I think it plays both ways on that.
Defensive minded head coach too, that really matters. Like, you think about it more and more often, like who the head coach is, and then who he's going to hire as the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator. Like, that shit matters, man. Like, you get these fucking kids with this talent, and they're athletic, and but they need to learn properly to play in the NFL. And think about how many fucking quarterbacks just go by the wayside that probably could have been fucking amazing, and they just don't get the right coaching or don't get the right coordinators or whatever the fuck it is. And you know what I mean? So I just pray to fuck that you guys are talking about the offensive coordinator from the Chiefs.
Yes.
But
now, it's still too early to.
Yeah, and who knows? And,
but yeah.
And he reads an offensive guy, right? Like, a lot of that's his playbook, what's going on in Kansas City right now. So, who really knows what's up with the coordinator? Not that he has nothing to do with it, but you guys need to get a QB guy. You guys need
I don't want a defensive guy in here.
If you guys fuck up Sam Darnold, dude, you guys are going to be set back, I would say, worse than the fucking Giants at this point. Because right now they won too many fucking now. What are we, back in like the 5th, 6th, 7th fucking pick? And there's really
higher than that, bud. I don't know. We have
5 wins and we lost against the Cowboys, so it's 5. We would have had 6 wins and we beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up. I gotta take a piss.
Point blank. I mean, you agree with me. You guys need to get an offensive guy in there and develop the shit out of Darnold, dude. Who gives a shit if it takes 2-3 years?
They also need to bring some people in. We need a center. We need to move Spencer Long out of the center spot. If we're not taking a top defensive end this year, because we have the 3rd pick now, we're gonna take a defensive end probably, but I'd be okay with a tackle or a guard too, or a center.
Yeah, but if you're getting that type of talent on defense,
yeah, like
that Nick Bosa guy, if he's supposed to really be that good, you know what I mean? Like
who knows? Maybe a Jets trade up.
Like, you know, I mean, everybody talks so much shit, but fucking Saquon Barkley is a talent that is not regrettable.
Yeah,
plain and simple. Although the Giants probably could have had, it might have been better off if they picked Darnold.
Yeah, well, I don't want to have this argument anymore because we've had it so much. But like, unless we'll have to see, like, if they don't get a quarterback and then they're stuck in a Jet situation for 10 years, then obviously it was an awful move.
Yeah, but what if Darnold doesn't pan out, or who knows what the development would have been like for Darnold on the Giants versus the Jets and vice versa? Like,
we have to let it play out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
I got to take a piss though.
Yeah, well, that's okay. We'll do the emails. I'll play the song to go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting it, by the way, but if you want to, put your headphones on and stuff like that. Yeah. Get into the emails. Oh, I wish I wasn't getting sick, because it definitely feels like I'm getting sick, and I'm.
What do you say, dog?
Oh God.
And you don't like the mic.
Okay, Ross, balls and stuff. Number 1, I think
shaved or furry. What do you prefer, Ross? Go.
I would hope shaved.
Not here. All right.
I think you misunderstood my email about Mahomes. I actually agree with you, or what you say about him, like 95% of the time, Fudge. Maybe it was how drunk you were when you were reading it, but the email was intended to back up your points on why he could possibly be the next Aaron Rodgers. I think at first I thought you weren't agreeing with me, Ross, but then eventually I realized that you were. And then
once you get defensive, then forget about it.
Yeah, and I just don't think I ever went back to explain myself. But your first sentence or two, I think you were like, "Oh, saying he could be the next Aaron Rodgers is pretty preemptive to say something like that." But to say he's Rodgers-esque makes a lot of sense, and you made a lot of points sticking up for him. And my points, I just never went back to talk about that.
Right.
Number 2, I know absolutely nothing about baseball. Fuck baseball in parentheses. So take my opinion as an outside viewpoint based on pretty much nothing at all. I'm not
Ross, I think you would really like baseball. Just because you're such a nerd. Like, the reason I love baseball so much.
Baseball's a perfect sport for nerds.
It is, because if you're watching a game, you're just like, oh, whatever, this is boring. But once you get into how the managers call the games, how the pitching, the insane pitching, and the bullpen matchups, the lefties, righties, and the defensive players you sub in, and it's more of a game, strategically. Well, I don't want to say it's chess, but it's more like that than it is football. I know football, there's how many plays and all sorts of things, but baseball's just it's different.
I agree with you with just pitching alone. It's so fucking awesome, man. People who don't like baseball, it makes sense. Certain people, and this is not the type of person that Ross is. Other people that are
right.
They're ADD-ish, or they're like, oh, I need this to happen, that to happen. It's fucking boring and blah blah blah. It's all right, whatever. You get bored, fuck off. Don't like baseball. Who cares? But someone like Ross, you can easily make a case to him, dude, you're a big time nerd. You're all about knowing a bunch of shit and liking whatever you like a lot and being very knowledgeable about it.
Well, also being a Mets fan, man, would be cool.
Well, me and Peter Yankees fans. Me and Peter Yankees fans.
I'll say this. So I believe Ross has probably played this game. Obviously, he's played Dynasty Warriors. You've played Dynasty Warriors, right?
I actually never really did.
All right, well,
my dead brother did, so thanks for bringing that up.
So, Ross, if you've played Dynasty Warriors, I know you have. Football's like Dynasty Warriors. Baseball's like Dynasty Warriors tactics. And I hope you played that game to get the reference. Because there's not really... Is there a fast-paced Final Fantasy game?
A fast-paced? Well, you can. I mean, 15 and like 12 and like the ones where they had like the more active battle systems.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so let's
that.
say football's like Final Fantasy 15. Great game. Love it. Baseball's like Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a little slower paced. You got to think a little bit more.
You need to play Tactics is what you need to do.
Yeah, well, one of these days. But anyway, continue with the email.
I'm not sure I completely understand or agree with the stance that something Pete Rose did as a manager prevents his playing accomplishments from being acknowledged in the Hall of Fame. The two have pretty much nothing to do with each other, but Hall of Fames in every sport pretty much have their own way of being more about the politics of the game than the actual history of the game. So fuck it. Number 3, I may be giving Sammy Watkins too much credit, but I don't think you're giving his specific effect on the Chiefs' offense enough credit, which you're probably right, because I don't really know anything and you know a lot, but I'm just loud and ridiculous. So for sure, he's not a number 1 receiver, and he's not worth the money he's getting paid. That I agree with. He's at best a good number 2 receiver who has injury problems, but if you just look at the Chiefs or how the Chiefs have struggled since their bye week, especially Tyreek Hill, it's impossible to not draw any correlation to the fact...
Who struggled more, him or...
that it's largely affected by his absence. Say it again?
So who struggled more, him or that broad they kicked?
It's the wrong person. Tyreek Hill is the wide receiver.
Oh, I don't know. I get all
Kareem
confused.
Hunt doesn't... Yeah.
There's so many of them on
that
the
sounds
Chiefs.
racist. Yeah. That sounds right. Racism over here. Tyreek Hill has 1 game with 20-plus yards per reception and 2 games with double-digit yards per target since Watkins has been out. He had 4 games with 20 yards per reception and 6 games with double-digit yards per target before Watkins went out. The Chiefs' offense is not able to run the same plays without Watkins and, to an extent, Hunt to provide... Well, he kicked a woman twice, so he's not on the team anymore. To provide a second deep threat to open up Hill's game. Hill's elite talent is his speed, and he can't utilize it effectively being focused on by the defense. It's a huge loss. Not many people talk about. I definitely... I see what you're saying, Ross.
Yeah.
And if I discounted that at all to a point to where I was trying to make it seem like you were wrong, then I do apologize and I take it back because
Don't apologize, because then if you don't apologize, he'll talk even more shit next week. It'll be great.
Fuck you, Ross. Sammy Watkins is garbage and like baseball loser. No, no, you're definitely right on that. I see what you're saying. You make a very valid point, and I probably discredited it or didn't give it enough credit, and that it makes a lot of sense. But I don't know anything, and I just yell a lot. So, number 4, I really hope the Eagles don't make the playoffs. They did.
Oh shit!
I can't handle another offense of people sucking off, or an off season of people sucking off Nick Foles like he's some kind of amazing quarterback.
Me being one of them.
You're an asshole. Number 5, I also agree with Fudge about English muffins. They are delicious. Number 6, fuck Pete. You know, Ross, I knew I liked you.
Yeah, if they were like called Irish muffins.
You're such a stupid cocksucker, man. Like, I barely like you, I feel
What are you
like.
talking about, man? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Let me get a sippy poo in here.
Sippy poo. Is it New Year's yet?
10, no, we're pretty far away.
9.
Wrong.
You know what sucks? They're not doing the Red Bull thing this year.
I don't think I care about the Red Bull thing.
Yeah, but do you care about the ball dropping?
Nope. You know what I care about? I'm probably going to be streaming in the middle of whatever
I'm just saying.
happened.
All right, so if you're stuck at a New Year's Eve party, which none of us are going to, thank God. Thank God I have work tomorrow because I would have been at Jack's or your place. Or not Jack's place, but Steph's place, whatever.
No, you would have been at my place having an awesome time.
Well, Steph invited me first, so I would have been at her place if I had a choice. Well, if I had...
So you're going to make up fake reasons to bail out and come to my house?
No. I have a new schedule this week. So I'm just not hanging out with anyone.
No, I know you have legitimate reasons now, so no one's offended. But what I'm saying is you need to come up with fake ones next time so you can bail out and be like, Fudge, what are you doing?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Although I guess it doesn't matter now because once my daughter's born, I'll never see you again at my home, probably.
Hopefully. But anyway, so would you, if you had a choice, if you were stuck at a New Year's Eve party, drinking shitty champagne, right?
Well, I mean, if you're getting drunk, you're getting drunk. Let's be honest about that.
Are we getting drunk?
Okay.
Would you rather watch a bunch of people French kiss at midnight as a dumb
Freedom
ball
fries.
drops? Or would you rather watch Travis Pastrana backflip over 3 trucks?
Travis Pastrana?
Yeah, is that that's his name? I didn't say pastrami, did I?
I know what I thought of in Dumb and Dumber when he's like, flow like wine, like the rivers of Capistrano or whatever. Like, that's what I thought about.
Travis Pastrana.
Is it Pastrana?
Yeah, the fucking he does.
No, I know exactly who he is, but I'm just not sure if you're saying his name right.
Well, you said it.
I don't remember it.
It's Travis Pastrana.
All right, let me look it up. Travis Oh no, shit, you're right. Travis Pastrana. Fuck. Yeah, that's me.
Fucking right, bitch. No, dude. So Red Bull started doing this thing, and it was every year they were doing, instead of the ball dropping, it would be a countdown, but some idiot would do some dumb shit on a dirt bike. I think the one year that they had a pickup truck backflip off a ramp. They had fucking some kind of stunt that someone could possibly die.
We need to talk about this right now.
Okay.
Talk about Red Bull stunts. Did you see
the dude skydive from space? Because space isn't real and the world's flat. Earth is flat, so I don't believe in that.
No, fuck those losers. We'll make fun of them later because I'll shit on them.
I believe in them, man. There's no way a guy was up in space. That was all digital.
Did you see that, dude?
See what?
No, that exact thing. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, that was fucking insane.
When I watched that video, dude, I was literally like holding back urine and shit. Like I couldn't, just watching it, it was freaking me the fuck. Imagine he couldn't bail out. He couldn't bail out.
There's no bailing out.
That was the scariest part of it. When he talks about it, because they send him up in like a balloon or something. Yeah. Like he gets to a certain point and then he has like a certain amount of time and he has to jump. Like he couldn't bail out. He couldn't change his mind.
Right before he stepped into the thing.
But that's the thing.
That's it. Yeah.
When they start going into it and you're watching it for because it's like a 20-minute, 25-minute video, whatever.
It's a great video though.
Dude. And they get to the point where when he starts talking, he's like, yeah, so I couldn't back out of it because I just flew up in a balloon. And at a certain point, when the number said I had to go, I had to go. And I'm just watching this video and I'm like, I'm so incredibly scared of heights. So that's why it freaks me the fuck out so much more.
That's not a height thing to me, though. When you're like that high up, I don't think
you're in space. How is it not a height
I'm just
thing?
Saying, you're in space. You see the planet, right? Okay.
I want to shit myself when you said that, dude.
Like, I understand, like, skydiving, to me, that would be a little bit more scarier, I think. In the sense of just heights. Because, like, all right, so if you jump, you're in space and you jump out.
How'd that guy live, dude?
Eventually.
How'd that guy live?
Eventually you get
Who's smart enough to figure out that guy would live doing that?
Probably no one. If someone was, apparently.
This is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wasn't that one of the New Year's things? Did they do it on New Year's Eve?
That I don't know. I mean, it makes sense.
I'm gonna Google that. What?
I'm gonna read the last. We only have one more email, which is nice because everybody likes to write a fucking essay when they write us emails.
They canceled the fucking Red Bull New Year's thing. That was the best thing. You're like, I have to watch a dumb ball and a bunch of people kissing.
I wish I knew that it even existed. I would have watched that shit every year, dude.
Yeah, dude. Travis Pastrana jumped a car over fucking a river one time. It was great. You know.
I hear you.
Do you remember that guy's name who jumped out of the?
No, you're just gonna search Red Bull jump from space, and then a Red Bull free fall from space, and you'll get it. I'll start reading the email. Pat Burnett, no subject. Mr. Fudge. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. He's busting my balls about my taste in music, and then I'm gonna.
Okay.
So I've already read like the first sentence or two of this, but I wanted to save my reaction for the podcast, but. Mr. Fudge, it's time I hit you up with the knowledge, dog. It seems to me after hearing you talk, I need to pull the wool from over your eyes. Your favorite band, BT Bam, their time is over, man. Now, I'll admit, Alaska and Colors are some great albums.
BT Band is Between the Bear and Me.
Between the Bear and Me.
Isn't there another one that's like close? Or do I just keep mixing it up because it's BTB and then Between the Barrel and Me. So people keep saying the same thing.
I mean, our old band was Burn the Bridge. We said BTB.
I just feel like I always hear people say, oh, BTB. And then they're like, oh, Between the Barrel and Me. I'm like,
no, people say BT Bam all the time.
I'm like, make up your mind.
People say BT Bam all the time.
I hear it all the time, but I also hear the real name. So it confuses me, you know?
All right.
Go on.
Your favorite. Now, well, you know, I'll save it. Your favorite band, BT Bam, their time is over, man. Now, I'll admit Alaskan Colors are some all-time great albums, but let's be honest with ourselves here. Everything since The Great Misdirect hasn't been up to snuff. Nowadays, this band's about as crusty as a high school schooler's fap rag that's been thrown on the floor and sitting there for 2 weeks right next to the heater.
Oh, no.
They're done. Just get over it. Listen to The Contortionist, Exoplanet, or anything by Invent Animate and tell me BT Bam is still doing it better. Sorry, dog. The answer is no. And Finn, quick question. Can a motherfucker ever get a table at Crow's? Every time I try to get up in that bitch, 20-minute wait, 40-minute wait, I can't take it anymore. Fix it because I know I want my blue burger and I want it now. All right, bye now.
I'll let you first.
I'll let you answer first because something tells me it's going to be awful descriptive.
You got to call me, bro. You shoot me a text, I'll get your reservation. I'll play, but you got to understand, dude, we're one of the busiest restaurants in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. And we only have 20 tables, dude.
Yeah.
Like a Thursday. There's Monday nights where it's like, nah, dude, like there's a half-hour wait. And people are like, it's a fucking Monday. We only have this many seats. Go to the bar, bro.
That's why it's such a good place to have a job, man.
Yeah, I apologize, Pat. I understand where you see that, but like, go to the bar, dude. Mike Mena, he'll hook you up, dude. You get the same food, you get the same menu. The beer's closer. It's even better.
Yeah, you can have the same exact menu at the bar there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the same thing, but it's a better experience. But yeah,
well, if you like drinking alcohol, which we all do.
Yeah, well, if you don't, you know. But yeah, I apologize. We're a small restaurant, man, but we're fucking busy.
All right, so we're
76 awesome. Fuck off.
All right, so we're going to move on to this.
Yeah. I actually talked to him about that. We were Facebooking each other.
Oh, you guys. All right, so here's something.
By the way, Pat, next time you Facebook me something, just give me your number and we can text it out. It'll be way easier.
You know what makes me angry? When people like Facebook or IG message me when we have each other's numbers, just fucking text me. You just stop. Just text me.
Well, I don't have his number, so.
Well, no, but I'm saying like in general.
Oh, in general, yeah. Why not text? Yeah,
like Herman James, he always messages me. Like, dude, we have each other's numbers.
Yeah,
text me, motherfucker.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
He's trying to get you on that record.
What record?
I don't know. Continue. Burn the Bridge was great, but we are out of our prime.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to open this up with. If you were a random person, Pat, that I didn't like and wasn't aware of the type of music that you're a large fan of and that you listen to now, I would shit on you for like 20 minutes straight. And I say that because you're way more into heavier stuff. You're way more into deathcore. I'm well aware of the type of music that you like, go and see shows of a lot. And some of the bands that you like, I like a lot. A lot of the other bands you like. Deathcore to me, I don't want to say it became a fad, but it became really similar. And
is BTB deathcore?
Between the Buried and Me has always had.
What's a different band, right?
Stop. I'm trying to shit on a friend here, but I'm trying to shit on a friend here.
Sorry.
Between the Buried and Me, he's always had variations of death metal in their music. Always. But they've always been progressive.
More progressive, right?
Well, yeah, since Alaska was like technically their third album, it was a really great combination of death metal and progressive metal. So it was a really, and Colors and Alaska, that they're, ever since Alaska, they've gotten more and more progressive and started to incorporate different things into their music, and it's been fucking amazing. Now, I am a bigger fan of progressive music versus Pat being a way bigger fan of just deathcore in general, which is like, and like I said, I like some deathcore bands. A lot of them I just kind of think it's bullshit and they're like all the same band, but that's just me. It's just the way I am. I mean, now you're bringing up The Contortionist and Exoplanet. Exoplanet is a fantastic album.
Which is their newest album?
The Contortionist or Between the Buried and Me?
Oh, fuck. Different bands. I'm confused. Okay, keep going. Contortionist. We're talking about them. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know the Contortionist, do you?
I do not know.
So do you want to know the Between the Bear Enemies new album, or?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. So you're bringing up the Contortionist.
Let the dog in, though. He's crying.
No, fuck him. You're bringing up Exoplanet from the Contortionist. Now, first off, let's start this next sentence by saying the Contortionist wouldn't fucking exist without Between the Bear and Me, because clearly they were like a Between the Bear and Me copycat band that was just a little groovier and a bit heavier, but they were complete. Like, just look at the band they were in Exoplanet. They were trying to do the exact thing. They had a lead singer who did the keys and the samples, who sang and screamed, and they had two guitar players and a bass player and a drummer who ripped it pretty well and whatever. And they started doing something completely different than what they were doing in Exoplanet. And I could see why it annoyed you. I could see why if you don't like it. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't. The Contortionist didn't stick with me nearly as much as Between the Bear and Me, because of course Between the Bear and Me is my favorite band. But you're trying to bring up like a BT Bam copy band, basically. And Invent Anime, I actually never really listened to much. I might have caught an album from them or something, but I haven't really listened to them too much. But this isn't, what this is not Between the Bear and Me falling off the map or something like that. This is, you like deathcore and I like progressive music. It's two different things. Right, as close as they are, because Between the Bear and Me has always had like death metal incorporated in their music. It's two different things, Bad Play and so. And I know you're just ripping, you're just busting my balls, whatever. And I get all that. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, what was the second band? The Contortionist.
The Contortionist.
I don't know much about any of this music genre. Okay, all I know is BT Band, right? Because I can't call them BTB or something. Same thing.
Stop acting like you don't know who Between the Bear and Me is, man. Just BT Bam. How hard is that?
I'll know one. I know one thing about this band. They're fucking insanely retarded musicians.
Every single one of them.
All of them. Like, it's fucking insane. So are the Contortionists like that? Like, where they rack up compared to that?
Well, see, here's the problem with the Contortionists. They snagged a singer and a keyboardist from another like progressive metal band,
right?
And they pretty quickly and clearly switched up their styles and got way more progressive, sang a ton more, and they were always like polyrhythmic type of progressive, offbeat metal and stuff, and like every album just got more and more towards like a jammy prog metal kind of thing. But when you listen to Exoplanet, the album he's talking about, it's way fucking heavier, a lot more screaming, whatever. It's like the classic progression of a progressive metal band, which is fine. And like Exoplanet's still an amazing album. It's bullshit. They barely only play one song off of it when they play live, if that. I hate when bands do that. I hate when bands pretend like great fucking albums they wrote just don't exist because it's not like the direction they want to go in. But guess what? All your fans still like that shit. So fucking play it, dude. But yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying, but you're like you're a fan of like the heavier stuff, man. Like you're a fan of like that Attack, and like I think you're trying to get it to you right away. And like I see the shows you go to, and like in the bands you talk about and the bands you like, it's a lot of it's just a bunch of deathcore. You know what I mean? And then I'm not like talking down to you about it. Like you like deathcore, and that's fine. I'm just way more of a progressive guy. I'm more of a guy who wants to sit there and maybe draw a bit, or maybe just take a long ride home from work in traffic for an hour and 20 minutes and just listen to like a ridiculously awesome fucking progressive metal album that has so many other genres of music involved in it and different types of things going on. And that's just, that's how it is. But like I said, I know you're like I know you're going a little bit hardcore with it, like busting my balls and whatever. And I like you. If you were a random person, I would have been ripping you for like a half an hour of just being like, you like bullshit, heavy garbage music. And
now you're using it as an excuse to kind of rip him.
No, it's because I know he's like going a little overboard, busting my chops. And I know I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, the fact that like he's a friend and he's a huge fan of the podcast. And he's a really cool guy. And, he's not just some random schmuck trying to like email us and talk shit about my fucking favorite band. You know what I mean? Like, he does have a lot of knowledge about music. I think he just likes certain genres a bit more than others, and that's all it really is.
Everyone,
Well, yeah. No, it's nothing negative.
I would say next week, talk even more shit.
Yeah.
See how amped up we can get Fudge.
I mean, one thing to get me amped up is to continue just over and over to saying Between the Bear and Me is a bad band. That's going to do it. So that's it in the emails, though.
Speaking of music, were you? I believe you were actually. You were watching Mikey Smith's band live on Facebook the other night.
Every now and then I pop on and watch it for a little bit.
I love the funkiness to it, man. I dig it.
Well, he rocks it out, man. I mean, I don't dislike it. But I definitely don't normally listen to it all. He's a big fan of like jammy fucking jammy's like one of the best words to describe it. But
it is. But like I hate when you hear like jam like I fucking hate the Grateful Dead. But if you call them a jam band or whatever,
well, they kind of are.
They are. But like I don't know. Well, I guess I can't say hate them. I don't really listen to them. But
Mike likes a lot of different genres of music. He likes like.
I'm just saying,
crazy heavier stuff all the way to what he's
seen from him, whether it's him by himself or just a band. Dude, I fucking dig it, man. It's fun.
No, he's a great musician. He's an awesome guitar player, and he's gonna fucking kill it whenever he puts his fucking album out for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, absolutely.
I mean, I'm probably saying even more because I like the kid, but like,
yeah,
every time he's on live, I'm like, oh, cool.
I was over his house the other day, and I was talking to him about him coming doing tech and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, dude, like I hope you don't think we're like, oh, like, yeah, we want you to do tech, and then just never hitting you up and not like what it really comes down to is that there's nothing for you to do. I was like, these are the next two podcasts are doing. Like, I could just text you every single episode. You can still come and hang out and have a mic, and then every now and then you join in whatever.
More tequila and lime though next time you're here, bud. Appreciate you.
Fact of the matter is though, like it's like I don't want to waste the kid's time when there's like not necessarily anything for him to do.
Right.
Per se. Like once we get cameras involved and shit like that, it'll be nice having them involved and everything. But yeah, that's, so I was just like, I just wanted to make sure he knew that it wasn't like we just weren't yesing him to death and we're like, nah, fuck off. Because it would be awesome to have him as the fucking third guy. But then we would never have double guests ever again, too, for the most part, unless we get a bigger fucking.
Honestly, like if he wants to take over when you're not here, it'd be a great podcast.
Well, think about it this way, dude. Incorporating Mikey Smith as like the third guy in here and like doing tech and like if he has to cover for me, like if I have shit going on, if we get a computer in here, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would be so comfortable with him sitting on the other side of his chair.
Oh yeah.
Or a table. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, and if I sit here with him a couple times and like, let him get used to how I have everything set up and he gets used to it.
Yeah.
And he can take care of it. That's what I care more about, dude. I'm real anal about how everything's recorded, where it's stored, so I can find it easily. The naming conventions, everything.
Right,
I'm an anal cunt about everything, but that's how everything is so consistent to where I don't have to think when I'm doing this shit. So I could sit there and be like, all right, babe, we have 60 things to do. All the baby's crying, this and that, and I can just get this shit done because it's all consistent in my head. You know what I mean?
If I had to pick a guest that I would consistently like next to me, it'd be him or fucking Hey Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
Just for the consistent factor, I mean, personally, the best podcast ever would be me and Pat Den. But not for anyone else.
Just for you two.
We would just.
You guys would be the biggest shitheads of all time. Which you basically are, but it equals hilariousness. It's a shame we only got him on for like 20 minutes when he had to come here for that dude's funeral.
Well, it was Christmas, so I had to set the tree up, man. I did feel bad because I kind of rushed him off, but fuck him. I got his shoes,
Yeah, hopefully next time he comes here, somebody doesn't die and he's a little bit more stoked, and then we can fucking.
He usually always comes in March, so I'm sure we'll get another episode with him in March.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, fuck it. I mean, I guess that's probably a wrap, right? Although it was a very fun episode, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got to make some food. I got to count down the New Year's.
Lame.
Should I post a video on Instagram of me rubbing it off right at like 101?
It would get taken away. You mean 1201? It would get taken away pretty quickly, but it'd be fucking hilarious.
What if I like take this Jameson bottle and put it, or the sleeve of the Jameson 12-year bottle, put it in front of my minuscule package and have that in front, I'm just rubbing one out. Probably
you're gonna come in the cardboard tube thing?
Well, I'll keep it out of the camera. Hey, Merry New Year's! Like right as I'm coming.
So I guess that's it. I guess that's it for this episode, huh?
You think Kristen would just not come home?
That's a solid question.
If she texts me like at New Year's, like, "Oh, I love you, fucking Happy New Year's,"
yeah,
and I just sent her that video, go viral.
Are you ever not a troll? Like, do you ever just like say kind things to your girlfriend, tell her nice things, make her feel wanted, tell her you love her, stuff like that? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, of course. You know,
because you don't like ever. Like I agree. Like being like an annoying fucking like on fucking Facebook like 24/7. That's fucking annoying. Every now and then you do something a little nice here and there and whatever. The bros love it. That's fine. But like when me and my girlfriend are by ourselves, like I constantly like say so many nice things. Like I try to anyways. But I just can't picture you doing that like ever. Yeah. I'm also an asshole. I also like. I mean, you can hear that in the streaming too, because like when she'll say something, I'm like, "You fucking bitch!" Like it's a joke or something, and like she'll just sit there and be like, "You asshole!" Like because she knows I'm like 100% joking, obviously.
Right.
So it's like I guess it goes both ways. It's like 50-50, but I just can't picture you being the other 50. I just always like you're just always an asshole.
Maybe I'm not.
We'll never know.
We'll have to get her on the third broadcast, and maybe she can explain.
It would be the third.
Yeah.
But do you think we'd get into that conversation, though? Or do you think she would just be busy complaining about how you fucking go to bed snoring, playing John Valby, shit-face hammered, and you can't talk at all? You know what? And then she touches you and you throw up fucking 3 pounds of ribs all over the floor.
I don't throw up, okay?
They got in the toilet. Yeah, you do when you're drawn out.
You made it seem like I get wasted and throw up every day.
I was combining multiple situations from like the past 2 weeks. So
if I ever throw up,
3 weeks, maybe?
It's not from drinking. It's from eating too much while I'm drinking. Because I go, I have another half rack in me. And I finish that. I'm like, well, I got chips and salsa. I'll polish some of those off.
But you almost like can't eat too much when you're drunk. I feel like only because like you still have the mental like ability to be like, yeah, I'm full, man. This sucks. Not like when you're drunk, when you're like, no, I'm still hungry. And then before you know it, you're like, both those cows are gone, huh? I ate the fur and everything. Like,
I don't know. It's bad.
Well, you do know. You just kind of forget, I'm guessing.
I'm about to make mac and cheese for a party tomorrow. I'm just praying to God that I don't eat half of it.
Well, take a scoop out for yourself or something.
That's the plan.
You know what I do when I make baked ziti?
That scoop?
Sometimes you know what you do? I mean? You gotta think here. I'm surprised you haven't done this. I'm sure you do, but you make a small little separate tray, or you just because at a certain point you're mixing it all together in a gigantic bowl before you really get it back in the tray to cook it. When you're doing like baked ziti, mac and cheese, whatever, you throw some in a separate bowl. And then you can just fucking, if it's a ceramic bowl, throw a little cheese on top, throw it in the oven for fucking 10 minutes and have your own little bowl of mac and cheese.
Yeah, with the breadcrumb, the garlic breadcrumbs.
And then it's just a little bit lower in the tray, but nobody knows that. You know what I mean?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
It's always the plan.
We'll just get a little bit bigger a bowl. There's a lot of fucking macaroni in that fucking tray, dude.
It's only 2 pounds.
Seems like a lot, although they're bigger shells. The shells are so perfect for fucking
you gotta get those jumbo shells, dude. But here's the thing.
They're good for red sauce, too. You put a lot of grated cheese on it, and it's like it gets stuck in the shell.
Here's the thing. If you're making mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese, you make a cheese sauce, and you add to your pasta. And you go, that's way too much sauce. It's always wrong. Always over sauce your mac and cheese. Because it gets so soaked in that eventually when it's done baking off, you're like, oh, fuck.
There's nothing worse than when mac and cheese gets dry. It happens really easily with homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah, you always...
Even when you make Kraft, when it sits there for 5 minutes, all of a sudden it's like a rock.
Yeah. No, I always say this. If you think there's too much sauce...
Put more.
Add some more. Make a separate batch. Add even more to that second batch.
Now,
figure it out.
Do you do shells or like after because you get the roux or the cheese sauce,
right?
And you mix it all together in a big bowl, then you start putting it in the tray, right? Do you do like a layer cheese, then another layer, then cheese again, or do you just all that layer of cheese is on top and that's how you get it?
I take the shells, put them in the tray, load it with sauce, mix it up. Then on top of that layer, I add shredded cheese on top of it. Then panko breadcrumbs mixed with salt, pepper, and garlic.
You're not a fan of splitting it into two separate things. So you got a layer of cheese in the middle, then a layer of cheese on top?
No, because it's...
Because you ever notice with like Big Z mac and cheese, like you put all that cheese on top and it seems great at first, but then like the next day it's like you get like a fucking inch of cheese and it kind of sucks.
No, because I don't want... The cheese sauce is spread out through the noodles and the cheese on top.
But I'm talking about shredded cheese, not the cheese sauce.
Oh, I only put shredded cheese on top.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you end up putting like too much shredded cheese on top sometimes, and it just ends up being like it ends up getting like this.
Yeah, if there's like
this
an inch of
congealed
it.
fucking.
I'm not putting an inch. I have.
I think we all have. I think we all have.
No, just a little sprinkle right on top. And it's not like a lasagna sprinkle where you're covering it, or like a baked ziti where you're covering it. Just a little sprinkle, a little dab.
Those sprinklies.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm gonna piss myself. Let's have this piece of shit. DJ, spin it. Don't be a cunt. Start checking me out on streaming. It's all about the podcast. Twitch.tv/Shots for Likes podcast. Well, he didn't send an email, so fuck him. Yeah, don't be a cunt. DJ, spin it, slip piece, eat toes.
Mike, check. The morning after pill. Fudge and Finn. Shots for likes in that ass. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots for likes. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots for likes. Shots like. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots for likes. Like. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. The morning after pill. Shots for likes.